Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. How are you doing today, everyone? How are we doing today?
Hel-
Everything chill?
Hello.
Hi, Star. Hello, welcome back to another episode of whatever the fuck this is. Today we have no plans.
Oh snap. What? You don't? Hold on. Let me save this fucking document. All right. We don't have plans.
Yay!
As soon as you put we don't have plans, I'm like, oh wait, I gotta use more brain power.
Yeah,
Oh god.
we gotta come up with ideas.
Hold on. My mom is like, hey, the cats. So wait, I'll tell you when I do it, like when I bring the cat and stuff.
Yeah. Where did Friday go? I have no idea. Yeah, this week kind of like flew by. This week, I mean, like, it's already feeling like this year is like coming like very fast.
Yeah, my mom has to be the one who calls me to bring the cat inside my room, because the reason why is my cat, she doesn't do the cat thing of tapping on my door. She just waits outside of my room and lays down.
Oh,
And like she's
the
just
baby.
like, maybe, yeah, she's like, maybe my brothers will let me inside to be with them. And she doesn't meow, she doesn't do anything, so my mom has to be the one that calls me, just like, oh, bring your baby sister inside, she wants to hang out with you guys. I'm like, oh snap, okay.
Yeah. No,
you're,
it's
you're, you're a quiet girl sometimes. With your boo boo. Okay.
Is she like, does she like purr when you pick her up?
Yeah, I cradle her like I cradle her like a baby, and then she goes like.
Can you put her up to the microphone?
I don't know if
hear
she'll
that?
make a sound. I've tried. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know if she necessarily will, but we'll see. Okay, hold on. Yeah, don't worry. Okay, she's really close to the mic. Say something, baby. No, she's just staring at the microphone.
Microphones look very edible to cats. That's something I've learned the hard way. Is that cats really like microphones to eat?
You got performance anxiety? Okay, fine.
Okay. No cat noises today. Dodge.
She's just like, don't make me some sort of clown for them.
I'm not their entertainment.
Do I look like a jester to you? You may be the eldest brother, but if I failed you, you would lose everything.
No, something I have learned the
Felled
hard way
me.
is that like cats really like to eat microphones.
Weirdly enough, she just didn't seem interested. She's just staring at the microphone, and she's just like, yeah. Right now, it could be because she's like licking herself right now,
Yeah, she's
like
cleaning.
her arm. Yeah, so maybe she's just like, nah.
Oh well.
Oh well. One day I'll try to get her to meow near Mike.
Meow. I'm told I'm told I am told I'm pretty good at meowing.
There's some sort of. There's some sort of joke that could be made here. I just don't know which one.
What kind of joke? Huh? What kind of joke?
A fetishist one, you freak.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm a little freak.
Killer Dude 00 summons the Wheel of Fire.
Okay, we got the Wheel of Fire. Oh, it's covering my face. I'm the win. I always forget that the fire is like apparently like too heavy, so it like freezes my model for like a second when I use
Killer
it.
Dude 00 turned Candy into a cat girl.
But anyway, I'm on fire on a cat now. Meow meow meow. Something hot pussy, something, yeah. I'm a flaming pussy, look at me.
Ew.
That's probably an STD.
Well, yeah.
Hey Anthem, how you doing? Well, I'm not on fire anymore. Maybe I should make a model that has like... When I have like the budget for this, I should like get a model that has like permanent cat ears, because I think they're cute.
You just want to be a cat girl?
I mean, look at the way they flop around. It's cute.
Yeah, they're cute. They're cute.
Right? Right?
Your character won't be able to wear hats as effectively though. You'd have to like design the hats to like implement the cat ears. Yeah.
Yeah, having like little holes.
Yeah.
Like something like you know, like Zenless Zone Zero, one of the like games for like the Genshin developers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know about it.
Some people like notice that like everyone in like the clothes like everyone is wearing in the universe, they have like tail holes even if the people don't have tails.
That's pretty funny.
And they just like patch them up with like a little like piece of fabric when they don't have tails. And you know, and I thought like, you know what, that's very clever actually.
I guess, but like, how dare clothes manufacturers sell me less clothes for the same price? It should be like those pajamas with the poop shoots.
Yeah.
You just like you have like a button off.
Yeah, I never understood. Like, I don't think I've ever saw one of those in real life. I think there's like it's one of those American things. I think.
I just don't get the idea of onesies.
Yeah.
For like pajamas, it's just like, it just seems so much more like annoying to wear.
Yeah, and I guess like they feel like a baby thing, you know. Like
Yeah,
mostly a baby thing, but like babies around here just put like normal clothes for small.
Yeah, I would think I would think that too. Like if I had a baby, like I feel like if I had to put them in a onesie every time, it would just be like annoying.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just like make more sense to just like put some like shorts and like a small little baby shirt on them?
Yeah. Maybe we need twosies. I feel like that's just like a shirt and some pants.
Yeah.
I feel like a twosie is just like a shirt and some pants.
I guess the only thing I could think of is just like for warmth.
Yeah.
Like for a baby particularly, but like yeah.
Yeah, but like if you need like a like that, if you need it for like warm, can you get it like one of those things that is like a blanket that also has like sleeves?
Oh, the snuggie thing.
Yeah, just like a baby snuggie. Or will they shock on it?
There was like the baby product that was a shirt, but the bottom of the shirt is like a Swiffer pad because babies crawl, so they might as well clean the floor while they're at it.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo.
Yeah.
This is top tier. My wife comes back home, babe, did you clean the floor? Of course I did.
We're teaching the baby to be helpful early. We're teaching him to do chores early. No, yeah, I feel like
I'm good.
I love because
Yeah.
I guess like one thing with the babies is that like because babies choke on anything, so it's like I guess like that's a consideration when it comes to clothing for them. It's like, will they choke on this? Is this like?
Well, the thing is, like, usually they choke on like small toys and stuff, right? With cloth, I mean, they still could, right? But isn't it like if it's like a piece of clothing they're wearing, wouldn't it just like pull out like say they tried like nibbling on a sleeve, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't,
but I mean
wouldn't just
just,
like moving just make the clothes like go out?
Yeah, but I mean
then
also
they'd be
just
fine.
like tangling themselves around their neck, stuff like that.
Oh, you mean like that kind of? That could be a possibility. Yeah.
Because baby, like it really is funny to me that like the way that like for the first year, it seems like babies just don't want to be alive.
Well, they're like the most fragile thing. Like we traded in the basic motory functions at birth, like some animals do, like deers and giraffes, I think, for just like a better developed brain for a certain period of time.
Yeah, it's like, can you kill? Like, I don't want to be too like graphic, but can you kill a baby by like pushing on the soft spot on their like skull?
I think you absolutely can. Also, yeah, this is dark. Maybe don't go down this path, you fucking psycho VTuber.
I'm not saying I want to kill a baby.
Yeah, no, but you brought it up. It's just like this is an awkward precedent to be starting your podcast.
Yeah, but
Candy.
I'm just talking about how fragile they are.
Oh yeah, but you immediately went for like the soft spot in their skull. What if I just pushed it like a slightly melted piece of Lindt chocolate, like
like, and I go. Boop.
I think that's like the terrifying thing, because like, oh, I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, is like, if I had to hold a newborn, I'd be terrified. It's like, yeah, because you're
I'm
so aware of
this.
how. Well, it's just like because you're so aware of how fragile they are. Like it would be very anxiety inducing. There's security flaws in your baby.
Yeah, it's like those hackers that like hack into companies and then sell them the information. That's what I'm doing when I do that to a baby.
The nurses at the clinic. I'm sorry, your baby didn't make it past QA. What?
It didn't, yeah, not cute. Like every baby that survives has like one of those like little stickers that has like QA approved.
Just like.
Yeah. No, yeah, like that's the reason I don't fuck around with like chihuahuas or any dog that is like that small. Because I feel like if I just like pick them up, they're going to explode. I feel like I'm going to like hold them too hard and they're going to explode. That's the reason I I never hold a chihuahua or anything like that size. Like I'm afraid I'm going to kill it by accident because they seem like they're made of like toothpicks. It kind of terrifies me. But I don't know, do you ever feel like cats are like a little bit like... I don't know, because cats are small. Cats are
What are you talking about? What?
because like cats are small, but they don't feel as fragile.
Well, no, because like cats have like some of those weird built-in systems. Like if you try dropping a cat, they'll unless something bad has happened to them, they'll almost always land on their feet.
Yeah.
They're much smaller, so like, and not as
No, but I
dense,
also feel like
so they
more
don't get hurt.
substantial. Like they feel like they have like bigger bones than dogs the same size.
Well, they're very agile creatures. They're supposed to like be able to like jump off high heights and like climb and stuff like that. They're kind of built for that, right?
Yeah. And like in general, I feel like felines are like mostly just like all muscle all the time.
Like I wouldn't like, to be fair, if I was holding a cat, I'd be far more comfortable with like dropping. Oh. What the fuck was that? Okay.
Don't worry, it was just
I don't
I just made a weird noise, but don't worry, I muted myself.
I don't even know. Did that fucking derailed me? What was I gonna...
We're talking about cats.
Yeah, no, like holding a cat and dropping it is like kind of like less of a scary thing because you're so used to them like doing their weird thing where with their bones where they can land on their feet. They're very light on their feet, etc. And sometimes they just want to jump out of your hand too. Versus like holding even like a small dog because they're not used to that.
Yeah.
No, their bone structure is completely different. They would hurt themselves. So it's dependent really on this creature.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Uh,
It's like the same thing with like a... Actually, I don't know if squirrels can jump off high heights.
Speaking of squirrels,
You would
though,
assume. You would assume, but like... yeah.
Speaking of squirrels, I learned something very interesting the other day about squirrels.
What?
Is that we
Okay.
don't know. We don't know how long flying squirrels have existed.
That's pretty cool.
Because like the thing about flying squirrels is that like the flap that makes them fly is all skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not in the fucking fossil record. The skin doesn't survive.
Yeah, that's true.
So we don't fucking know how long they've been around. We have no fucking
There was
idea.
also that thing where because of the scientific way we looked at fossils for a long time, one of the funniest oversights in science was we didn't account for fat.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of like old renditions of dinosaurs or like mammals that we found fossils of, they look like nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
And it's because like, when you think about it, yes, they would have like levels of fat in them. We just completely overlooked this.
Yeah, maybe this giant sloth we found in Argentina was just round.
Yeah, there's even a term for like that scientific fumble, and it's very interesting. But it's like now renditions are trying to adjust for this and try to like estimate. Like we can only do so much in that regard of like, of trying to like go like, oh yeah, this is probably what they look like. But yeah.
That is why tar pits are so important, because they do keep.
Yeah, they preserve a lot. I mean, like hell, even that mammoth that was frozen in that glacier, the only problem was like I think some of it was still like fucked up. So it's like it's not like it was outright perfectly preserved. The thing was just like, oh, we can take it into the flesh and like cut it, and it's like fresh blood.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is clearly dead. But like if we
we found the stomach
actually
contents.
have the it's like I mean
we say we
have
but, like
the
we didn't do anything.
well, yeah, no,
we
I
mean
mean
humanity. We mean humanity as like.
Yeah. It is like we have the technology. In theory, there is nothing stopping us from like bringing woolly mammoths back, other than the fact is like it would not be ideal because like
They're
what
like
would be
the environment doesn't exist anymore.
their environment doesn't exist anymore, and the thing is, we only have one genetic template. So what would be the point?
Yeah.
It's not like they could continue to reproduce. Well, they would just end up breeding with their cousin species at best solution, and even then, at some point, like that would just like water down the genes, and there'd be no point.
Yeah, and that is like because like there's probably a lot of like very well preserved fossils and stuff like that in like or like entire animals in like Siberia and like the north and like
Oh, yeah.
the North Pole and stuff like that. But like the way that ice is so good at preserving stuff is also the same reason we cannot go digging in there.
Oh yeah.
Because there may be some weird fucking bacteria that just kills everyone if we start digging in Siberia.
Yeah, true. I mean, like the reason the whole ice preservation thing is the reason why like cryogenics, even though it was like a what's it called, pop science or whatever,
Yeah.
was just so popular as a theory. You know,
Yeah.
people still kind of look into it from time to time. It's just like it does preserve everything until like we have to melt it out, and then the internals just become mush.
Yeah, because the crystal structure or whatever. I think it's related
If
to like the
only we
fact that
could-
ice becomes crystals. I think
Yeah,
that's the reason.
if only we could. Yeah, if only we could just like thaw ourselves out without like the insides of us looking like a fucking chicken nugget pre-meal pink smush. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day we'll be so bold.
I mean, we'll probably figure. I feel like I don't know.
I think with human ingenuity, it might be one of the more optimistic things in terms of science. With the amount of like brilliant minds that are out there and
Yeah.
permutative abilities, I think it could probably happen.
I don't know. Maybe like the crazy people are right, and we just need like injections or like virgin blood.
Well, there was that guy who he found a bacteria in the ice that was like one of the longest known organisms ever, like living, like it was living in the ice.
Yeah.
And they were trying to do like well, I think they were experimenting on it or just observing it, and the potential for it being like in medicine to prolong human life was good, and they didn't clear it because of course they didn't. It's a foreign bacteria, so he just injected himself with it, and he's like older now, and he's pretty
Not
healthy.
dead.
He's really active. He's like, I'm feeling as spry as ever. So my man has either like found the thing that's gonna decelerate our aging, or we're getting a Resident Evil subplot at some point. But we'll
Yeah.
figure that out when we get there.
Okay. I'm going to need you to entertain them for like 5 minutes. I really need to like, get water or something because my throat is killing me right.
All right, sure.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I just stay silent for the next 5 minutes. How was your week, everyone? Did you do anything new? Play any new games? Watch any new shows? Buy any new things? Buy anything? Oh, well, we already talked about buying during the holidays. I don't want to be alone with you, Killer. Star's the cool one in the chat. Let's see. I do want to save what I have for my week for like the week section. But then again, with Candy's hyperfixations, we could end up going to our weeks in around like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours. It is what it is. I don't know. The funny thing is, Candy and I like talk intermittently in our Discord server, but the most we talk is during the podcast because we're all just so busy nowadays. But then she'll just like she'll message some concerning shit on the general chat. And that's how you know. I'm trying to think of like things to discuss that are outside of my week. It's not like I even had a productive week. It's just like more news from other people. And watching a couple movies. I watched a couple movies that were pretty good. Haven't been in the mood of playing games as much recently, sadly. Meanwhile, I think Candy's been streaming. So good on her. Has she finished any games yet, guys? Let me check her streams right now. Because Candy is so bold as to tell me new games she wants to stream. Oh god, no. The Keck does not install confidence. Oh boy.
Hello.
Okay, so I asked your chat immediately, just hey, did she finish any games this week while she was streaming? Candy. Candy,
But
you
like we're
keep talking about games you're going to stream.
but like we have been making progress on the same games we have been playing for a while.
Alright.
Like we already we only have like to finish one Divine Beast on Breath of the Wild.
If you I'm gonna be real with you. If you on the podcast ever tell me you're going to replay a game you've already finished on stream before the games you have yet to finish, I'll slap you. And I know you're gonna be like, but Nick, I gotta play every Ace Combat again before 8 comes out. I'll be like, you finish your other games, god damn it.
I wanna replay New Vegas as a cowboy.
You hear that news? You hear that news where like I think it's some Bethesda inner documentation said they were gonna do like the whole Oblivion remaster treatment to like New Vegas in 3.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, no.
I haven't played the
Like,
remaster
that's
of Oblivion, and I don't plan to.
Yeah, no, I remember. I remember when it came out, you were just like, it lacks the soul, and I'm like, yeah, I know, we all know.
Like I don't.
That thing like passed. That thing passed by the consumer really quickly. It was like fast food. You see it, and then it just like passes through your system immediately.
Yeah.
No one talked about it afterwards. I saw like maybe 2 videos, and then that was it.
Yeah, because it's
No
just
one really
Oblivion
talked
again.
about it. It's just Oblivion again. That's the thing. That's the thing with like remakes that are way too loyal. Is like it's not bad per se. I can understand like bringing up to the technical standards, but like the discussion point kind of just goes away really fast.
And I feel like at that point you might just you might as well just like save money and like not do a remake at all. Just like do like a remaster, clean it up a little bit.
I think they still do sell well though, because the problem is like the brand spanking new version of the thing that a lot of people have yet to play just looks more enticing as the starting point.
Yeah.
And that's just it. It's not necessarily a matter of they bought it and they're all gonna play it. There are plenty of times where people buy games and they don't play them. That's just how it is. But just as the promise of, oh, if I'm gonna start this series anyway, I might as well like start on the most like quality of life version that's like pretty on the eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter with stylized games, but like with the games where it's photorealistic or like has human models in 3D space, like yeah, okay, I can get it. I can see, as shitty as it is, I could totally see someone going like, I'll wait for a New Vegas remake, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Like I remember like we were talking about the fact that like when I was playing like New Vegas the first time, we were talking about the fact that like the game doesn't even have like shadows.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't even have shadows. And it's like, oh, how very sophisticated. And also like that is one of those games that like remember like depending on how you played it, it really feels like it needs like to be fixed up, because Bethesda did not get along with the PS3. Like their engine did not get along with the PS3. It never worked. Like,
God, I'm trying to think which one.
I think it's what like Skyrim has like a memory leak, so you have to like reset the game every 2 hours because otherwise the frame rate tanks to like the tens.
Yeah, because I remember like there was like, I don't know if it was. No, I think the most complaints I heard on PS3 were Skyrim.
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Like my friends would talk. Yeah, no, that they'd talk about. Like my friends would actually talk about.
Yeah, Skyrim, like the thing of like the Skyrim, the PS3 version of I don't know what's happening to me today, of Skyrim.
Okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah. That is what I was going to say about Skyrim on the PS3, is that the longer you play a save, the laggier the game gets, because I guess like it is like building up trash. So it starts like lagging the game after like 10 hours of playing. It starts like perform worse, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse the more you play. And it also starts affecting like the way the game loads. Like the loading becomes like way longer, and assets start like popping up into existence instead of like loading in like smoothly as you walk into through the world. So you have to like start a new save, fix that, which isn't ideal. It's very bad. And it also just kind of looks like shit. Like it is like the PC version running at like the lowest settings possible. So it's very muddy, very like jittery. It is not. It is not great. It is not great. Their engine is kind of like a mess. Like their engine is not very good. But that is like the thing about like having an engine that is like specialized for something. And sometimes I wonder if that is the reason like Game Freak doesn't like move away from like their engine as well. It's because it is just so good at making Pokemon games for cheaply that like they will waste so much money like moving to a different engine. And I feel like that is also like the reason Bethesda does not move away from their creation kit or whatever it is called. I feel like my voice is leaving me. Nick, my voice is leaving me.
And the world wept. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Did you get sick? Do you feel like you got sick?
I don't know. I think it may be because like I streamed like 4 days in a row this week.
Yeah, that might be it. What the? Yeah, Candy. How many? Okay, how long were each streams?
Around 5.
5 hours each.
Yeah.
And you're wondering why? Yeah, your throat's gonna give out, bro.
And I never drink any water during.
Oh my god, you need to drink some honey tea too. I know you. I know you probably don't like it, but
I don't like tea.
Might need
like
to.
in general.
Yeah, but it's good for your throat. And I do it all the time when I have to do like audio shit for too long.
Yeah. I should probably like maybe like do some
nice.
warm-ups before I stream or something.
Warm-ups can help. It's just like afterwards you also have to like take care too, because like obviously like hydration, but like lemon, honey, you realize how like game changing they are for like when you're having to do anything that's like remote to voice work. Candies like certain lozenges and stuff that help like,
yeah,
for lack of the
I love that
word,
word.
for better words, lubricate the throat are probably going to be useful.
I love that word, lozenge.
Lozenges also, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's so fun to say, lozenge.
Lozenge. Lozenge. I am pretty glad that I'm not sick anymore. Like when I was during the holidays, that shit was just so awful. Fuck, I wanted to tear out my own throat. It was just bad. Something about like throat sicknesses.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Because it's like you cannot do anything. Like you move your mouth and it feels bad.
Yeah. You're just like, and then like the inside feels like it's sandpapery or just like overly phlegmy, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Oh, okay, wait. You want to go about your week because you streamed a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
As part of your week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I streamed a lot. We were playing. I just realized my belly button is showing.
Well, yeah.
I usually
It's been
frame
showing-
I usually frame this thing like more something to my face.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, don't deny the people who enjoyed the navel.
Yeah, give the people what they want.
Give the people what they
Belly
want.
button
They want that
sells.
navel. Yeah. She's incurred 200% profit since she's been showing off the navel.
Yeah. I do wonder, will I grow faster if I show more boob? Probably.
I don't know. I've seen like on the occasion where like somehow a VTuber gets on my suggested feed, I look at some of those models and I'm like, how do you get away with this? Like, god damn.
Yeah. Yeah, they go
Like,
wild
this
sometimes.
is yeah, you're not leaving much to the imagination there, buddy. Like, holy damn. Are your videos like rated accordingly? Like, how do you get away with it? Somehow they do, and I'm just like, okay,
Okay.
all right.
No, but yeah, my week. Yeah, we streamed a lot. We streamed some Breath of the Wild, some Oblivion, some Path of Exile. And it was funny because in like the Oblivion stream, something happened, which I liked. I was playing like a very long mission and I didn't save at any point during the mission, and then I fucked up at the end, so I had to like restart the mission. and I had to do it like 3 times. We spent like an hour and a half doing that one mission. And I started going insane. And I decided to just like play the fucking like Benny Hill theme on the background. So for an hour it was just me running around trying to like complete the mission as fast as possible. I started like avoiding all the enemies. I started like yeah, like just jumping around trying to avoid them. So it really was like I was not close to restarting the game. You are lying. I did not say that about Oblivion. I said that about Path of Exile. You are confusing your games. Yeah, and what else? Like the only thing notable like this week was I sold my RAM because I found like 16 gigabytes of RAM that I didn't need. So I sold them. I got like $100 for that.
Nice.
And I I purchased another CRT.
Okay. Would you like to elaborate why?
Because it's nicer than the one I have, and I want more. Like eventually I want to have a warehouse of just like old computers.
Oh, you hoarding piece of shit.
I'm giving them a home, Nick. Nobody wants them anymore.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Eventually, you're gonna take a picture of like 90% of your room being flooded with CRTs that aren't even plugged in, and you're just gonna start talking like a freaking dragon on its horde, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, she's far gone.
Yeah. And they didn't even cost that much. Like I still have like $80 from what I sold. Like it only cost like $20, but it wasn't even that much. And I should get a payout from Twitch this month, I think. So by the end of the month, I'm going to have like around like $130, which is like the richest I've been in like 6 months.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of money. But yeah. And I'm looking into like maybe also like buying like a new DVD drive from my old computer because it is kind of like it is reading fine, but it doesn't want to open anymore. So I'm thinking like, and I tried to like open it to like maybe like re-lubricate the gears or something, but I wasn't able to like pull it apart without like pushing so hard that I thought I was going to break it. So I decided to just like leave it alone and like buy another one and like jiggle that one in the meantime, because if you like push it around with like a toothpick, it like opens. So in the meantime, we're just going to keep using that one because I want to try to fix it, but I don't know how to open it without like breaking it.
Fair.
I'm not going to risk it because I think it shouldn't be that hard, because again, like the actual like laser system, the part that reads CDs seems to be fine. It's the like gearing, it's the like mechanical like parts that like make it open and close that is like
that
functioning. And that is like fixable because it like you don't need a fucking laser to replace it. Because if the laser was gone, then that's a different story. Because like I cannot fucking replace a laser. I cannot make a laser. I don't know how to make lasers. I wish I did. It would be fun. We have a laser. I will crash.
I'm firing my laser.
I would crash so many planes if I had a laser.
That's something you could say, yeah.
No, it's like every now and then, the governor flies around here with a helicopter, and I could just be like, whee!
You can get arrested for that, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because like the people have done that before, where they were dumb enough to like shoot up a laser pointer up in the sky without understanding that the light would have to just start expanding as it kept on going forward, and then it eventually hits like a helicopter's like windscreen, and then the whole fucking thing just lights up, and then they have to just like they essentially have to try like securing a safe landing and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my mom was onto something when I feel like my mom was onto something whenever I was a child, I would beg for a laser pointer and she never got me one. Because she didn't think I could be trusted with a laser pointer.
That's valid. You just start randomly blinding people.
And I was like, but mom, I want one. And she was like, no. You will be too dangerous with one of those. I wonder how much like because I feel like my mom was attuned to like the kind of person I was going to become. And I wonder if she didn't, how many
Runs in the
accidents would I have
family.
caused. Like if she was just a little bit more distracted, how many accidents would I have gotten into? Because I
This is like,
wanted to go and say hello
like
to
those
the
Warner
Pumas on the
Brothers.
mountains.
Yeah, no, you. Yeah, she was essentially like a Warner Brothers skit, getting you out of trouble.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm surprised she never put me on a leash. Like, you ever seen that picture of like that guy like wrangling like two kids on leashes?
Yeah.
I'm surprised she never put me on a leash.
I can totally see the reason why though. Is like if you don't want your kid getting lost, it is a funny sight to watch. Like just a toddler being leashed. But,
Yeah, no, like I feel like more chill. I feel like he should be like normal, like normalized.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny to like see as an image, but it's like it would totally just solve a lot of problems. Like you would, you know, your kid wouldn't be able to wander off, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and if you look at because like they are like specialized like children leashes, and if you look at like the way they're like designed, they look like little like backpacks, right? With like an extra buckle on the front, so it doesn't like put any pressure on the neck or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it should be like I feel like a lot of issues will be avoided if everyone just like put their kids on leashes. For everyone involved. Because I don't have to like keep crashing into kids. And the kids are not going to get run over by a fucking car. Everyone wins.
Yeah, it's just smart.
Well, I do love this picture. Like, this picture is so funny. I don't know
Oh,
why.
let me see. It's not. Oh, yeah.
I love this picture. Like, one of them is just like on the floor.
I will stay stationary.
Yeah, and you can tell. Like, they're just like little backpacks. Actually, now that I think about it, you could because I think like backpacks have like a little extra like thing on the top, but like hanging them, you could put a leash on that.
Yeah, I suppose.
And just use like a regular backpack as a leash when you're walking your kid to school.
I thought you were gonna propose the whole thing where people bring the cat backpacks, where they have the backpack with the window and the air holes for the cats.
No, that's too much. That is too much luxury. The children don't deserve that.
Oh wow! I've sometimes saw like a cat in the cat backpack, like on my way downtown, and I'm just like, oh, look at a baby.
Yeah,
I wonder if that poor cat is having like the most amount of like stimulus overload,
Yeah.
like any being could have. But, like, yeah.
I think they are just luxuriating on their carrot, on the chariot. I mean, it is a
Could-
carrot.
Yeah, they're like, ah, yes, the human has done well in finding new ways to please me.
Yeah. I also love that word. It makes me sound like a pretentious asshole, but I love it. Luxuriating.
What? Luxuriating? Is that actually a word?
Yeah. It's a real word.
Luxuriating? Luxuriating. That sounds so. 'Cause I've heard luxurious.
Luxuriating.
Yeah, luxuriating. Yeah.
In-
Present participle of luxuriate, which is to take luxurious pleasure, indulge oneself.
Yeah. And you know what I know that like because I
To
love
grow
like
to superfluous abundance. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and like I love like all Japanese games. Like all real Japanese games. And there is like like one of those like old weird like PS1 only games. PS1 Japan only games. That is like a simulator of what is the word for like like handling, conducting, like it's not a pilot, right? Who like the person who controls an air balloon? What is the term for that?
Air balloon pilot name. What do you call someone who flies hot air balloons? A hot air balloon pilot, or a balloon pilot, or a balloonist?
Okay, so yeah, it's like a balloonist simulator, right?
Yeah.
And it is like Japanese only. It's for the PS1. It is weird as fuck because it has like this weird like LSD trip kind of music playing all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is like in like the spine of the case, instead of saying the name of the game, it just says in English, "Do you luxuriate in the wind?"
That's so awkward.
And that is the only reason I know that word. But like, Nick, do you luxuriate on the wind?
Yeah, I don't luxuriate in public. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I don't remember like what it's called, but I think it was like a studio that made like a bunch of like those like weird like almost like kind of like drug simulators.
Mm-hmm.
Because the PS1 was like a gold mine for just like weird games with like no point. I kind of love that about the PS1. That it was just like a treasure trove of just like fucking bizarre games. And it also has like the worst.
People always gloss up the PS2, mostly because like just the raw abundance. But like PS1 had quite a few because a lot more devs were just willing to work on CD, so you'd get a lot of weird shit.
Yeah. And the PS1 is also home of like the worst fucking JRPG ever made. Which is like a baffling game. It is baffling. It is called Spectral Tower, right?
Mm-hmm,
and it is like set up like a dungeon crawler, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go into like a dungeon and you explore like all the different floors of the dungeon. You explore the different floors of the dungeon, and like when you complete one, you unlock the next one, and like the story moves along, right? Standard like dungeon crawler stuff, right?
Yeah.
Except the way the game escalates, it's kind of like fucking insane. Because like the first dungeon has like 10 floors, right?
Yeah.
The second dungeon has 20. The third dungeon has 100.
Oh Jesus! Oh my god, my fat ass cat just like knocked over the lamp as she went on the fucking desk.
The third dungeon has 100 floors, which were already starting to get in like into like crazy territory, right?
Yeah.
The fourth dungeon has 1,000 floors. And the
Jesus.
And the fifth dungeon has 10,000 floors.
Mom, can I buy a video game? Your budget's only $20. Make it count. Yay.
And like the thing is like the game runs out of content by like the fifth floor of the first dungeon.
Oh.
So you're like you're just like seeing the same enemies over and over again for like 11,000 floors.
My hubris, Mom. I made the wrong decision.
And the fucking game is like, it has like a weird like combat system where you like roll dice. So it is like super frustrating because you are never able to like get strong enough to just like and like grind to just like run through the game because of the like weird like fucking like dice based combat system. It is such a weird fucking game. It makes no sense. Like it genuinely is like baffling the way like it exists. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Why are we doing it like this? And eventually the game starts like putting like teleporter like mazes and like all the dungeons and stuff like that. Just to like spite you. It really is a weird game. And it is made by the same people who made the fucking like Neptunia games. You remember those?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Patch would be the one who talked about them the most.
Yeah. Apparently they're like, because apparently like the critical consensus seems to be that they're like really bad.
Really? I know nothing about them. I've only seen the main character like maybe once, and the vague thing I know about them is like they're kind of like offhand controllers or
Consoles,
something.
they're consoles. Yeah.
Oh, the consoles. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they're like Pachi's Garbo.
Apache has a lot of slop she's willing to play though.
Yeah, she's she's a slob
She
connoisseur.
plays she plays so many anime slop games. Like, let's be real. Like, you say Patchy slop, that does not narrow down anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she will play anything.
I do have to message her and see what like she's playing. To be fair, she's kind of just gone into the FF14 dive as per usual. But there are like plenty of times where like if a bunch of anime games that are like trashy or just like, I don't know, like they're kind of like the B game scape,
Yeah,
you know, that level tier. Like, she'll play a lot of them.
yeah, like someone needs to love the trash. Someone needs to do it.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes she'd stream it and then she'd stream it in the Discord server, and then me and Dura would watch, and then as per usual, Dura will just like go like, "Hey babe, finish some games, goddammit," and she's like, "No," which is very reminiscent of a dynamic that I'm being aware of right now, actually. But but like
Sometimes it does
Yeah.
feel like they are like what we would be if we were actually dating.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it does feel like that.
A mirror to a timeline that occurred. It's just like, yeah. It's funny though, because like she's shown me some games that are interesting, even like, because she's unabashed. She'll play games that have like loads of fan service, but she'll try digging in for like the plot as well. And like some of them are like unabashedly like unashamed of the fan service and they're trash. But then some of the ones that she streamed, it's like, oh, there's actually an interesting idea here, but they added in the fan service and stuff, like the anime fan service, to try to get more sales. Yeah. I would not be able to recount like some of the names of the games that she played. Most of them would be visual novel-esque puzzle games that I want to say are kind of reminiscent of like Zero Escape, and then others would be like usually in the horror anime-scape. She's very into horror games and anime-scape.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like horror visual novels.
Yeah.
Like there is like I feel
Some
like
of them
they,
weren't
like,
even visual novels. One was like a side scroller,
yeah.
I think, and then
I feel like that is like probably like the second most popular genre for visual novels.
Yeah, because like horror in itself kind of benefits from taking agency away from a player. Because like horror movies and horror books, right? They're kind of just like the natural. But like when you get to a horror game, the magic can like wear off really fast if you're able to combat the threat, right? That level of engagement of being able to solve the problem, quote unquote. Not even necessarily combat, but being able to avoid and kind of gamify the threat that you're up against can kind of take away from that horror, because you know you have to deal with it. It can suck. There'll be like the anxiety of having to face your horrors, but like at some, depending on, we've talked about this with games that get longer, right? It's just like in horror, it's just like you, because it's a game, you understand it's objective based. It's not experience based per se.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the threat as an objective at some point, and then you understand like you know, for a gamer, but like yeah, you usually have to min-max your encounter. You have to understand like how this thing operates on a mechanical sense, which can take away a lot of the horror away from it. Like yeah,
and I don't know.
whereas
Like
with
I feel
visual novels, it's like it's a passive experience relatively. So
like sometimes I think like I wish like there wasn't that much as like for both like creators and like players. I wish there wasn't as much of a stigma around like visual novel as a genre. Because I feel like there's a lot of like potential exploration of like storytelling that can happen in that genre.
yeah,
Because
I
the thing
mean,
is, like,
to be fair, like
the thing is like visual novels are very cheap to make, and like with some of
They
the
are.
and like
They
there
are.
are like very like there are some like very like good like nice tools that make it like very easy. So the idea of having these like
well, the
tools,
thing is,
so they're basically just like a very cheap
Yeah.
way to have like some sort of storytelling that has some sense of like timing and like sound design and like visuals.
well, it's just like the thing that usually occurs to me is like the most interesting visual novels that I've played aren't pure visual novels, and they're also not the ones that are that kind of just throw it as a presentation style and then have another gameplay thing. For all my love for BlazBlue, I don't tend to like the visual novel style. That's just me.
Yeah.
But then I have other issues with how BlazBlue approaches its story. I still love playing it though. But
Yeah.
like some of the best ones are kind of the ones that kind of integrate it in its gameplay, like in a sort of gameplay loop that kind of feels natural. Phoenix Wright, top of my mind, because you have to analyze what those people said. You have like a profile page of like evidence and profiles and stuff, right? And there's like a rhetoric, like, right? Another one would be Valhalla. Valhalla is pretty much a visual novel, but you still have to like make drinks and you have to kind of like do this small thing. And it's like, the drink is like not the main focus. The gameplay is not the main focus. It's definitely the banter, but you do need to get your customer's order right? Because like it feels like in ludonarrative harmony for it, like if you're a good bartender, they're gonna open up to you more.
Yeah.
Right? If you're skillful. So like there's that. And it's just like other ones like Zero Escape or like our good old boy Date at iSomnium. Just like, yeah, you can do a lot of things. Like even then, that's not pure visual novel. There's like gameplay elements. Hell, there's a segment where you're doing not Minecraft for a bit. But like yeah. It's just the clever implementation to it. Visual novel, I think, turns a lot of people off, usually because of the idea of the pure visual novel.
Yeah.
Like your dating sim, where it's like it's gonna be a lot of just front-loaded reading and not really doing much other than making a split-second choice like after 30 minutes of reading.
Yeah.
Which, as a game proposition, for paying for that doesn't seem as enticing as actually having something that's like for a game.
Yeah, but like,
right?
what if,
So, yeah.
like, the thing is, like, what I think about is, like, what if we stop considering, like, visual novels, like, games, right?
Yeah, no, I think that could, I think they kind of classify under the quote unquote interactive fiction
Yeah.
portion more. Like those like quote unquote games, like I think what was one of the oldest ones was like not oldest, but like one of the older ones was like that one called like Her Story or something, where it's just
yeah.
you're on a computer and you piece together like this woman's like interviews to set up like the old grandstanding narrative of like what happened in this murder or something.
Yeah.
And that is not really a game. That's you experiencing the thing and then creating the interpretation based off of these little piecemeal marks and how you approach it. Visual novels are kind of like that because there's no reward system. You can have game over states, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they definitely don't necessarily, like, they don't feel as much of a game as just like an experience you're being curated on that you can have some say in. Like a choose your own storybook, right? It's like that's what they essentially are. I wouldn't call that a game.
Yeah,
but
like,
I'd call it an interactive experience. Yeah.
but I feel like there's some value to like visual novels as like a storytelling tool, not necessarily a game.
No,
because if you think
I
what they
definitely
are,
don't.
If you think about what they are basically like a middle point between like a comic and an animation.
Yeah, pretty much. I definitely don't want to throw it out there like I'm devaluing them as experiences. Like, if you like them, that's awesome. And hell, like I said, Phoenix Wright is one of my top 5 game series of all times, and it is essentially just a visual novel. But yeah, it's just in this awkward category of the reason why there's stigma is because it's not really like its other siblings in genre. It's not really a game. It's more interactive fiction, unless you like tie gameplay into it. It's a presentation style more than anything.
Yeah, like so, for example, like there is like a subgenre of like visual novels called kinetic novels. And the thing about kinetic novels is that they literally have no choices.
Yeah.
Like you literally just read the story. That's all you do. Because like they have like basically no interactive elements at all. You basically just read the story. And yeah, that's not a game at all. Like by any definition of the word.
Yeah.
But it's still like because like in reality you
there's
only
still value
need, like,
to it.
Because if you think about it, like the difference between like making a comic and making a visual novel is like 3 extra people on your team. The wall you need to like jump over to like make a visual novel is not very high. It's still it is still very on the like a couple of people can do this. Like it hasn't like gotten like it hasn't the cost of making a visual novel has like gone down instead of like going up. And like you can make it with like a team of like 2, 3, 4 people, right?
Because well,
Uh,
yeah, because they're so friendly in production because you get to reuse a lot of assets.
yeah. And you get to take your and so like the barrier for entry is like very low, but you get like a lot of like bang for your buck because now you are getting some elements of motion, some rudimentary animation, music, sound effects, right? You're getting pacing, you're getting control over your pacing, you're getting control over like the way certain elements are revealed that you do not get if you are like just like making a comic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like seeing visual novels not as a game but like as this like sort of like evolution of like indie storytelling or like evolution of like comics and like that kind of like of like that area, that space of like independent comics and stuff like that. There's a lot of value there. A lot of like interesting stories that could be told in a better way if they were like visual novels instead of comics. Stuff like that.
I do think the problem also stems in the fact that stuff that's like the intermediary. Sorry for the creaking. The intermediary mediums between like games and movies, books and games, and stuff like that just aren't as marketable outright. Yeah. Because the gray zones always are just like a little harder to kind of explain because it's just like it's like a game but not really. It's like a book but kind of like this. It's like it's annoying, but it's just like yeah, no, visual novels just have a lot useful to them. They aren't performance intensive at all as an experience.
Yeah.
Same thing with like comics.
And yeah,
like,
that's another benefit. Like pretty much anyone can play them. Like you can run like depending on what engine depending on the engine you're using, you can like make them run on like any phone from the last 10 years.
Exactly, and it's just like because of that you can get more widespread coverage. That being said, usually if you're having the budget for a visual novel, you are not having the budget for advertising, which would get eyes on it. But at the same time, it's just like the ability to run this on anything and the ability to, again, like you said, like cheaply make them, because again, it's a lot of asset reusage. You just have to cycle through a bunch of different sprites, and you can reuse a lot of background images and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
If anything, the highest amount of cost would probably be like maybe translation and voice acting, if you decide to do that. And so yeah.
No, and like if you look at like even like this is something like when I started like getting into like the visual novel space and like reading reviews about visual novels and stuff like that. One of the things I did is like I looked up like the higher budget ones. Like what is the like quote unquote like AAA, let's say, of this space, right?
Oh god.
What does the high budget like what does a high budget visual novel look like? And the thing is like there are no such thing as a AAA visual novel. And even the like
because I don't think you could market it.
Yeah.
That's the thing AAA kind of hinges on that.
And even the higher end ones with the ones with like the most money and like the most people involved, they had teams of like 15 people.
Yeah.
Like I mean, not counting voice actors, of course, but it's like 15 people.
Yeah.
And like three of those people were just like doing the music.
Because AAA is kind of dictated by like what's popular and what would sell the most, and to be fair, visual novels are still technically on the niche. If anything, the most popular markets I could think of them on immediately, and it's probably dated, is the Japanese portable market.
Yeah.
Like the Vita might have died in the West, but that thing thrived with visual novels over like Japan. Same thing with PSP. So yeah. Well, PSP did way better in the West, but like it was still like a visual novel fucking chugger in terms like back in Japan. So like yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of made for that, like in a way.
Yeah, pretty much. Wider screen, better than a DS on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like big enough. It's just big enough to like get the text and like be able to like appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the visual
PSP
novels,
Go on the other hand can go fuck itself.
Like I think like some of the like most popular visual novel engines still work like on Windows XP. Like
probably, yeah.
Like
it's why it's like it might actually be the cheapest type of game to produce. I'm trying to think of another one that might be cheaper.
It is for sure the like cheapest one. And like
I'm just honestly thinking, like, my brain doesn't want to necessarily eliminate any other potential candidates for this, but I'm thinking about it as like people look at like some side scrollers and like cheaply made asset reusages, and like I'm gonna eliminate asset reusage, be like asset flips.
Yeah,
because that's just the aim of it. But like Yeah, on structure alone, it might just be visual novel.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the most popular, like, engine for visual novels, it's free. Like, it's straight up, like, open source. So you don't even need to worry about that.
Yeah, true.
And you only need to, like, know Python to work on it. Python is, like, the easiest one.
There's definitely an alternate timeline where I went down the visual novel route and being way bigger in them because, like, to be fair, some did like happen in the West, and the thing about them was like, the sacrifice for gameplay was obviously like the playtime would go up in story, which would definitely make you like enticed and involved. And for like, the thing is, visual novels on average were cheap. So like for a kid in his teens who didn't have as much money,
Yeah.
buying a visual novel, it's just like, oh yeah, I'll get the most out of my dollar out of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, like, sometimes I think because, you know, like, I'm someone who, like, writes a lot of, like, stories. Like, I have a lot of ideas for that. Like,
Visual novel would be a very good way to do it.
Yeah, it's like, because it wouldn't be that much more expensive than, like, getting a book published. Maybe even be...
Well, it's like that and like I also think like the visual novel as a format would work really well. It's kind of sad they don't really work in the Western space. Like I don't know too many Western visual novels. But it's like on paper, say it did really well. A visual novel's an extremely good template for like animation adaptation. Because you have a lot of potential for storyboarding. You have the images of the characters already on hand.
Yeah.
You already have like, if you hired voice talent, yeah, you probably have a cast out the gate too.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just like, like a very efficient, very like cost-effective method of storytelling that I really wish more people were like willing to explore. That's the bottom line of my argument.
It is kind of questionable. Like it is kind of a shame that we don't necessarily get to see like we've talked about like how we don't really get to see like budget in games, but we also don't really, not all the time. I think we can get profits. I think no wait, Steam, there might be Steam database records of like how many games are sold or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe, but like it would be interesting to see the average return on investment for a visual novel because I think it definitely is worth it.
Oh
by
yeah.
Comparison.
I mean, like
Yeah.
there are studios that like work entirely out of that, and I love their games sell like and I love their games sell like 10,000 copies, and they still like make enough money to like keep making it.
It's a safe like safer kind of investment, I suppose.
Yeah, and like I'm checking like the web page of like the like most popular engine, right? And it has like, you know, it has like it is an open source engine, so there is not like official console. Because like all of that stuff is like closed source and you need a license for it. But I'm pretty sure someone can make it work. I'm pretty sure it's not that hard. And like yeah, it supports like Android, like very old versions of Android, very old versions of iOS, a bunch of versions of Windows, a bunch of versions of macOS. And it also supports just like HTML5, so you can just like put it on a website. You can put it on a website, so it will be like also just like a viable alternative to like a webcomic. Because you can because it supports like HTML like natively, so you can just like put one of those games on a website and just like keep adding content.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's just like one of the most accessible points. It just harkens back to the fact like, oh, people could play this on their phones, people could play this on a fucking browser. Like it's not too hard. Because you're the most baseline computer is gonna be able to render like images. And since like it's flat, like a visual novel tends to be, you're usually fine.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing some weird hybrid thing where you're using 3D models in a visual novel, which seems kind of excessive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and they're super easy to like because like it's such an easy concept that like you can like find a bunch of like tools if you want to like move to another engine. You can like find a lot of tools for like Godot, and like, or I guess it's pronounced Godot. I don't know. And for Unity, and like stuff like that. And then you can start like escalating if you have like a little bit of money and like maybe a team of like 5 people, right? You can start escalating and like use Unity, and in Unity you can use like the same technology that you use to like animate VTuber models. to like make it like more animated and stuff like that. So there's also like some like scalability and like a wider like range of like things you can do. Like how high on how low you can go, like it depends on like your specific needs and stuff like that. And you can like pump it a little bit more, make it more appealing, make it like more high budget, or just like keep it simple, keep it like very clean and like cheap to make. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it really deserves more exploration. Like I feel like we could live in a world, where all of the popular like comics companies just like publish like visual novels instead all the time. You know?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, so many companies do like the fucking gamble thing of like, hey, we're gonna invest either too big or like. No, usually it's a too big situation. It would be nicer to see some companies just like produce some lower budget games.
Yeah. No, but I mean like
have some
like we could live in a world where instead of like getting new comics, we started just like getting visual novels for those characters like all the time years ago.
Well, technically, yeah. I mean, like visual novels, or like rather motion comics, would be an extremely good way. Like,
I mean, that's kind of what they are. They're motion comics.
Well, I mean, like I'm talking about motion comics in the situation where it's like more in the actual comic page format.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But it's just like those two actually really do work in some of the like in like the distribution model for episodic.
Yeah.
Because in theory, like if comic books were to try going motion comic style, it's like, yeah, you could totally do it episodic format. That could work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just like visual novels, I suppose you could also do an episodic format. That being said, in game community, people don't tend to like episodic format unless it's like very fringe cases, like stuff from Dispatch or like Telltale. But yeah.
Yeah, like VNs for like I feel like, and this is something Nick already mentioned. I feel like I think we agree on this. Like visual novels with like branches and stuff like that. They're more like the motion bit, like choose your own adventure games with like music and like some animation. Like choose your own, like those all like choose your own adventure books, kind of like that.
Yeah. So where do you draw the game line?
It's a wobbly line.
It's a wibbly wobbly line, but I think like the fact of the matter, like the gameplay mechanic has to be like there has to be a back and forth. And I think visual novels, like the back and forth that comes is just like you chose the path and then it just already has the predetermined element to it that just continues. Whereas like a game, my reaction is kind of more like a tennis match, or maybe like, you know, against an enemy, or like, you know, like the failure state is like a slow, not slow, but like just like there are more steps to a game state of either failure or success. Or a visual novel, it's like one decision could have led you to the instant death route, and that was a scripted route that was just going to happen anyway, right?
Yeah.
I kind of even have the same feeling for like games that are just movies with quick time events. I look at them and like, you're kind of more interactive fiction than anything to me.
Yeah, you're not really a game.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, that's not to put games as a media as like something superior in that. It's just something distinct.
Yeah.
Right? Because like visual novels to me more than what a game is trying to accomplish with a victory state. Sorry, more than like win conditions that are based in like some sort of like gameplay mechanic or a point system or something like that. Your usual goal orientation is the best ending or sequence of actions that are already predetermined.
Yeah.
They're already scripted out fully. They're already kind of going on like a pathway. So it's more like you kind of going and like, again, like choose your own adventure, right? Would you really call a choose your own adventure book a game? It's like, I don't really, not me. Games can basically be interactive versions of anything else. Yeah, but like we already came up with also like interactive fiction as just another subsidiary because like gameplay mechanics, systems, and stuff like that with failure states. Her story is like we mentioned her story. Her story has no game failure state.
Yeah.
It classifies itself as a game. And like to be fair, the raw definition of just having a game over state is also a little rudimentary and basic, but it's like there's no real back and forth in engagement, right? That thing could have been delivered to me in a movie format in some way for interpretation, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of visual novels, they too could be like thrown in an anime format. Some animes do adapt visual novels and then show like the different branching points as arcs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. But they just pick
That's
the
kind of like a
canonical
fun
one.
way. Yeah, exactly. And then right, it's that level, but for a game, it's like there's like again, I keep saying back and forth for lack of better words, but like it's just like it's the ability to I think Gabe all hell Gabe Newell. Gabe puts a point of like games kind of acknowledge the like the impact of the environment to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's not based off the design point.
Yeah, because people do that
That's
with books
based off
too.
the experience. Yeah, exactly. That's not like if the thing is designed in that sort of sense. It's not like how people approach it is I think is the line that has to be drawn there. Because like if someone went, I didn't beat the game, so it's not a video game. That's not the same as going like this thing has no designed situation to really like interact beyond like the prescripted events that it has when you choose a decision. Yeah, but I'm gonna go more on the like result kind of goes based off of player versus the game versus the actual game, right? Because like if you looked at like a movie doesn't change if like a person doesn't like stop playing it. A game shouldn't be relabeled if you stop playing it. But interactive fiction, it doesn't stop either. But it's like it's based off its core philosophy of design. It's like, no, we're not gonna have the player go and do this thing where we engage in them, where it's like kind of like this adventure or like game that's made where it's like a back and forth constantly, or like there's a state to which again they can fail because like there's a win condition, there's a lose condition. That's a little more nuanced than just going like I picked option A and then essentially what was a scripted cutscene played and then I died, right?
Yeah.
Again, this is not to diminish it. It's just like it's just a different class. And like yes, the lines of game classification are blurry. We've been over like genre names, all of that, so blurry.
Yeah,
But,
it's just like a mess. The more you
It's
think
just a
about it, the
mess.
worse it becomes.
Yeah.
So basically, like the point of this conversation is that like visual novels are better than anything David Cage has ever made.
True. I don't like comparing games to movies. That's just me. I think it's because like there's a third dimension to be added to it because like the interactivity, the ability to make an impact on your environment, even if there's a curtailed like story. All a visual novel has is story. It doesn't necessarily have gameplay. It has like a core like way to curate the experience, right? Would you
Yeah.
call turning a page necessarily gameplay per se, or stuff like that? Sure. Again, we choose your own like adventure books. You make decisions and stuff, but I don't necessarily call that a game per se. Gamification, right?
Yeah.
Would you say choosing breakfast is a game? It's all the minutia of definition. But like there is something there that separates them.
Yeah. Like it's.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just one of those things that is like.
Yeah, we'll be stuck here forever.
Yeah,
if we
I don't know.
kinda,
It feels
have
like
to-
like that
yeah.
like the thing like that legal decision that porn is like something you know when you see it.
Kind of like that, yeah.
I feel like games are like that. It's just like you kind of like know it.
For genre standpoints, yes. For classification standpoints, yes. It's also because like certain distinctions. There are people who hate certain things about that, but it's just like, yeah, I get it. Like it's hard to not like because there's an associative like like how we approach things as humans is like very associative
Yeah.
in our distinction for memories. So that's just kind of how we operate on it. And association doesn't necessarily have to be on the empirical.
Yeah.
What else happened in your week?
Oh, you know what else happened? Like this is just like a funny thing. It's not
What?
something that happened as much as something that I like became aware of. You know how like I have never watched the show, so I don't know anything about it. But you know how like Stranger Things like ended this week and nobody's happy about that?
Oh yeah, I've heard like it's really disappointing. To be fair, I heard people saying it fell off like over and over again. Like I heard it was like it wasn't like, oh, it's a flash in the pan. This was bad at the end. I think like people who told me about Stranger Things while they were watching was telling me like it was getting worse as it went on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just so funny, like because like I don't know, man. This is one of those things where like the Tumblr kid in me is getting like a chance to breathe, a chance to like come out again. Because like the thing that's going popular right now, the thing that has gone viral is like people have these people that refuse to accept the fact that the show ended as bad as it did. Have like this theory, this conspiracy theory that the ending was fake, and there's going to be like a new real ending like dropped sometime, right? There's like a secret final episode that is going to like show up and like fix the problems with like the fake ending that just like happened, right? That is the conspiracy theory that is going on right now, and it's so funny to me. It's like history is a circle, right? History is a circle. Because I remember being on Tumblr back in the day, and having this exact same conversation about like the BBC series like Sherlock. You remember the show? You remember the show BBC Sherlock? Do you remember the show?
Oh, yeah, with Cumberbund.
Yeah.
yeah.
That happened to that show. The ending was terrible. The ending was terrible, and people were like going like, no, guys, there's actually like a secret final episode that is going to fix everything.
No, there was like this thing where someone told me they got really upset. He's like, they just added some fucking OC.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, and like people were like, no, guys, they're going to like there's going to be like a secret final episode, and they're going to fix everything. Trust me.
Oh, the cope.
And then it never happened.
Did they ever get that for Game of Thrones?
No, I think people were like.
I think because the ending for I think the ending for Game of Thrones is like the show is like so definitive that there's no recovery point that you could possibly have.
Yeah. So it's so funny to me that like history is a circle, because I remember laughing at people doing that on Tumblr back in the day. I remember bullying people in Tumblr because they were like doing that.
I know.
So
people
now I get to,
also
and the fact that like 10 years later I get to do the same thing on Twitter for the exact same reason. It's so funny to me.
I didn't watch Stranger Things. It didn't look like the kind of thing that would personally interest me. Usually what ends up happening with those long-standing series is I kind of wait till they're like wrapped up and done, and then I binge them.
Yeah.
If I have to, same like stuff with like Breaking Bad, right? Because there's always the fear of like near the end it just completely shits the bed. And I know people who are totally valid in the whole, it was like, oh, I enjoy the journey. And like the bad end doesn't necessarily negate everything, but like another part of like me personally, I go like, if I there's a personal betrayal in like a series being really good and then it viciously shits itself near the end, because to me it feels like a lost investment of my time because it all led up to there. But like, hey, if you yourself can go like, oh, I enjoyed what I had up until that horrible point, I'm like, yeah, power to you. At least you got to enjoy something there.
Yeah. No, I am a very ending driven person.
I am too. To me it's like the mentality of the joke of just like, hey, I could have had a nice date, but if she stabs me at the end of the night, I'm not gonna like remember like our nice icebreaker conversation.
I will.
Yeah, because you're into that. To you, that's not a fucking, that's a turn on more than anything. You fucking freak.
I just want my death to be sexy.
I'm so done with you. Anyway. Yeah, no, because like the way I found out like the ending was that bad was I saw like an article as I was like scrolling, and it was just like it's like top 10 worst TV endings, and I saw like Stranger Things logo, and then I saw the Game of Thrones logo. I'm like, oh, that bad. That bad. You guys are comparing it to Game of Thrones right away. That bad. Holy jeez, what happened?
Yeah. And I know there's like some writers that are good enough to do this. But 99% of writers are not good enough to like write without an ending. So if you want to write something, before you like start writing, think about the ending.
Most difficult. Endings are absolutely one of the most difficult things to do, because like the fun when you start a story, you don't think about the end.
Yeah.
Or if you did, that's the first thing you thought of.
Yeah.
And then it's building up to it.
Like if
So
you want,
it's
if,
like-
you, if you want, if
yeah.
you want to write something, before you do anything, before you invest any time on it, make a document that is 3 pages max, that has like the synopsis of the entire thing, beginning to absolute end. Because if it doesn't work like that, it's not going to work.
Because
And
like
you
it's
need
the
to know where you're going.
Like you
need to know where you're going.
Yeah, you can kind of see it, especially in the manga industry, because they're weekly serializations, and a lot of those endings tend to be lackluster because.
Oh, did you go out? Go out? Oh, yeah, he muted.
No, my doggo.
Okay.
Yeah, just like. What was I gonna say? God damn it, I forgot.
You were talking about like because they're serialized.
Because they're weekly serialized, there's this evidence, not evidence, there's this feeling where because the pilot got lifted and stuff like that, and they're continuing this weekly thing, you can slowly start seeing the point where after maybe the first arc is resolved and it has to continue, because like sometimes editors are like, it's making money, continue it. There's no real ending they could have possibly thought about.
Yeah.
And so there might be arcs that are slogs. There might be like endings that are just extremely rushed. It happens a lot in shonen manga.
Yeah, and I
It's
feel
very
like that is
painful.
just like
yeah.
that is just like a problem with like storytelling in general when it comes to like big companies, because like over and over again they refuse to just like let stuff end, and it has to end. It's like no, we need another
Yeah,
one. We need more.
I think though that was like a bigger problem. I'm not saying it isn't a problem now. I feel like it was like a way bigger problem in the early to mid 2010s.
Yeah.
Because I think they started seeing the blowback of, oh, the property is just fizzling out, and now we've just like put too much investment of this thing continuing that's just like draining us. At least in the Western. I feel like that's the case in the Western. In some Japanese animes and stuff, they can continue on in like near perpetuity. But
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I'm
sure Kamen Rider will continue until after the heat death of the universe. They'll find a way.
Yeah. But I feel like I don't know, like is there like a continuity between like Kamen Rider series, or like are they just like
Yes,
all
they're
standalone?
they have an interconnected universe.
Okay.
They're
Because-
even like, I think they're technically even like connected to like Super Sentai, which is the Japanese Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like those share the same universe too.
Speaking of like stupidly complicated Japanese properties, Nick.
Mhm.
I want to watch a 2021 movie called Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. What else do I need to
Yeah.
watch for that to make sense?
For Hathaway,
Yeah.
you don't really need to.
Oh, okay. Because I want to watch that movie because it looks cool.
Because you could make. Oh wait, no, Hathaway. No, sorry, I'm thinking of like something else. I thought you were talking about 0071. Because Hathaway is like the buildup of like one dickhead character that I hate.
You got beef with the character?
I fucking hate. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm gonna get too mad. Okay, so
The rage flow through you.
because like you can, he is the continuation of a long-standing plot that continues, but like he's kind like his problem is a bit like it's not like it's removed. You need to know like the movie Char's Counterattack to see how he ends up. But then in order to kind of get Char's Counterattack, you would need to watch all like Mobile Suit Gundam, the first series, and then Zeta. And then arguably Double Zeta, but not really. So yeah, you could kind of get away with not watching Double Zeta. And that's a lot of episodes for Hathaway. So yeah, you could watch the summation movies if you really didn't care that much.
That's another problem with having like a long-running series.
Yeah.
It's like I want to get into it. How much fucking homework do I have?
Well, yeah, Gundam is like one of the worst ones because you chose Universal Century to go into. Like, to be fair, You could go fuck it and then just watch Hathaway first and then see it. Cause I haven't watched Hathaway yet, mostly because as soon as like that was the advertising was that character, I'd be too busy wanting to wish death on him.
Apparently, like, but I don't know. Maybe I will wait because apparently Hathaway is like supposed to be like the first movie in a trilogy of movies.
Okay, fair.
And like the other one is
Yeah.
like supposed to come out in like 10 days.
I think they're adaptations of a novel. That's just a continuation. And
Yeah, Hathaway Flash.
I
is
know-
the name of the novel.
yeah, cause I know where that character is gonna end up. Yeah, you picked out of the Gundams you could pick up on. UC is the most fleshed out universe. It's why it's the most popular. So yeah, there'd be a lot.
Okay, so what
There
if
would
instead
be
of
a
that I want
lot.
to watch the one with the lesbians?
Cucks.
No, the Witch from Mercury.
Oh, Witch from Mercury. You don't need other shit for Witch of Mercury. Go ahead, watch Witch of Mercury on its own.
Okay.
Because it's in a completely different universe. I love those characters. That girl is my daughter. Someone has to be her parent because her mom's shit.
Yeah, it's like I love like the non-committal thing that Bandai Namco was like they made an official statement that their relationship is like open for interpretation.
And then the creator showed the wedding rings because they're totally married. My daughter got married to her,
They're so fucking gay.
and I'm proud of her. They deserve it.
Them bitches gay. Good for them. Good for them.
I'm so proud of them.
That's one
I
of my-
stand by it.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
memes. I feel like that is one of my favorite memes. Is that image of like Sonic being like, "Damn, this bitch is gay. Good for them. Good for them."
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
That's one of my favorite memes.
Witch of Mercury's Witch of Mercury is good. It's like I think it's like 50 episodes, but it's a pretty good ride. Yeah, totally watch it.
Yeah.
You'd love it.
Yeah, because lesbians.
It's not like the entire plot revolves around it. It's very clear like what their relation is, but like there's a very good fleshed out story for both those characters.
Yeah, and that is like the thing is like every now and then, like every couple of years, I look at Gundam, and I think looks very interesting. I would probably love this, but I don't want to do all this homework, so I'm not going to I'm just not going to bother.
You know what the worst part is though, that I think about it as I've gotten older, is like it's the commitment of time for a rewatch, because your memory can get rusty.
Yeah.
And like my memory for like Universal Century, especially because like it's old. I watched it like maybe I binged it like what, maybe 10 years ago. It's like there are things like when my friend was rewatching and she sent me, it's like, oh god, I barely remember this. And it's just like, shit, do I actually have to rewatch all of this?
Yeah.
The answer is you don't, but like you can get like some funny jokes that you remember. There's like one part where Amuro is in the fucking Gundam and he's re-entering the Earth's atmosphere as his Gundam is heating up to ungodly levels, and these other enemies are too, and they're screaming to their deaths as Amuro is just like opening up the user manual for the Gundam and patiently reading as he turns pages.
He's like, what?
Like you just see him in the cockpit like moving the page, reading the manual, and you hear in the background over the intercom.
It's like,
And his,
in case of
Yeah.
in case of catastrophic heating, go to page 31. Okay, page 31.
because like OG
51.
Gundam is so funny in its delivery. Like it's not only just like the janky animation. There's just like funny execution and stuff. And like the cast is pretty memorable. It does the Gundam UC does kind of by debate fall off in like Double Zeta. The second half of the season gets kind of good, but then like then the movies are kind of where it's at, because there's a series called Victory Gundam and I don't like it.
Okay, so
But
like
yeah,
and like
no.
just out of curiosity, where does the Cox come in?
It's like an off-branch timeline.
Oh, great!
Of
We're
UC
introducing
from
alternate
my-
dimensions. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, because it's like it seems to be like fast forward future of Universal Century, but a what if scenario. If so truth be told, you could kind of get away with quacks on the fundamental information that Char
Quacks.
is uncontested. I like calling it cucks. But yeah.
That's such a stupid name for a show.
It is. I can. Needs to. I
don't know,
I
because,
hate
like-
when they do. I hate when they do that shit and they feel like they're cooking.
Yeah. Because I
I
watched
hate
like
it. Even if you give an in lore, because there's an in lore, like in universe lore reason why they do it, I still think it's dumb.
yeah. Because I was
Yeah.
like I watched like out of like it came out in my feed. The algorithm just like fed it to me a clip of like the Hathaway movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it is fucking pretty. I want to watch it entirely because it's like the most one of the prettiest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
Like the animation
I-
is incredible. It looked.
If
It
I
looked really
had to
good.
if I had to rewatch, I would. I don't know. There's just so many episodes. Each Gundam series is like 50 episodes, or 51. And it's just like that's so much time.
Yeah. But I think before I watch it, I'm going to watch Monster. I heard it was really good.
Oh, Monster's amazing. Me and Dura love Monster.
Yeah,
Monster also has some amazing like sequel novels that are also really good in how they're written.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like Monster.
Okay, so that's my homework for the next 3 months, I guess.
Fair.
So what about your week?
My homework is I'm getting into Transformers. So I will
Oh.
watch Transformers 1, which is a really good animated movie, probably the best Transformers movie. That's including the 80s movie. Yeah, it's really beautiful for like 3D animation, very colorful like backgrounds. Overarching plot is pretty simple but like fun to get behind. Characters are fun. Voice acting is pretty decent. They did get a celebrity cast and it's pretty easy to tell who's who, but like they're pretty good at like doing their voice roles. Not much to really spoil on it. There are a few complaints here and there, but it has some amazing choreography in terms of its action. The thing is, this like Transformers 1 is an interesting movie because it's clearly not meant for kids. Not to say it's dark, but it's just its pacing is in such a way where the first half is kind of like setup, and then the second half is only when the action comes.
Yeah.
And my brain as I was watching this is like, there's no way like some impatient child who just wants to see their toys fight would actually like get that interested in
Yeah,
this.
it's too slow.
So like, who is this really for? And it's like, is it just the Transformers like animated audience, which I think would be like,
Yeah,
there. And
it's
like, I
adults
think-
who like Transformers.
yeah. So like, Pointless Hubs pointed that out, and sadly, this movie kind of failed at box office. I don't even know if it made its returns, and he thought that maybe it's the fact that it's like the demographic is just too small. Is like it's actually adult animated Transformers fans, and if so, yeah, I could see why that would get bad. The other
Yeah.
thing is like the advertising was kind of cringe because it was kind of selling it as like a Pixar comedy situation, which it really isn't that. It's a really good movie. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes, and I would definitely recommend it.
Don't you think movies are getting like way too long nowadays?
Huh? What? I'm sorry, I'm yelling to my parent. She's doing this thing where she can't hear what I'm saying. She could just call me on my phone. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know why she does this. She has the phone right next to her. But instead she decides to yell through 3 different doors. And then she goes, "What?" I'm like,
What?
"Okay." What? I mean, that's just like common for like immigrant parents to just shout from the other side of the house, and you're just like, oh god.
Yeah. No, but don't you feel like
Yeah.
movies are getting too long nowadays?
Oh yeah, one battle after another was fucking 3 hours. That's why I was so happy. Like the God, I'm forgetting the name because it's kind of generic, but it's like I swear it was an accident. I think that one. That one was only like 90 minutes, which was fine. I see 90 minutes as like the standard set that I'm willing to watch.
Yeah.
Cause like 2 hours is like it's fine, but like 90 minutes is kind of just like the perfect zone for just like watching a movie.
Yeah.
Mostly because I think once you get past 90 minutes, I start going into that mode of dissecting is like, was this scene necessary?
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of scenes in movies where it definitely feels like padding, and you're just like, why is this here? It's not even like build up. Like, why was this scene here?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it can work, but it's like a tricky act. It's like.
It is. It is.
Because
But, yeah.
I always struggle with the name because it's like the one letter I'm not like I'm bad at, but like RRR is like very good. It is like 3.5 hours long, but it's like
Oh, true. You're right. Bollywood movies will go on the long run time and be very entertaining. I think it's the fact that like with certain Western film, not even necessarily Western, with certain long films, right? Like the padding that I'm talking about is still just not engaging for the audience much.
yeah, I feel like
Or,
that is the thing with like
or it's overplaying a joke that stopped being funny like 2 minutes ago, but they're still on it, and it's like just know when to cut the comedy part.
yeah, I
That's
feel
the thing.
like that is the thing for RRR is like the sheer like density of action of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it is always like stringing you along. It is always something happening. It is always like look at this, look at this, look at this.
And like things don't necessarily have to be like hit. There can be time for like mellowing it out and stuff, but there are times where it's just like you can definitely feel like where a scene is overstaying its welcome. Especially once it starts hitting the longer time where you're just like, okay, we kind of get the point of what this scene is trying to emanate and what it's trying to like tell us, the audience. So why are we still here?
Just to suffer.
Or like, I think another thing is like, if a movie has a scene, if it's a long movie and it has a scene where a guy's explaining or summating what is happening in the movie prior,
Yeah.
I kind of wince and go, this is not good. This is you admitting that people are probably daydreaming or something, or not following, or this is hard to follow.
Yeah, this is you admitting that you made your movie for Netflix and people on their phones.
It's one step above like everyone in the movie freezing and the director coming in and then pulling up a seat and going like, this may be hard to follow, but the actual plot is like that would in that point I would laugh a little bit because you admit you got done goofed. But when it's a character in universe summating everything that's happening up until that point, or like deconstructing a scene that was hard to follow, it's just like the admittance of just like you didn't direct the scene in a way that the audience could understand, or like if it was intentional, sure, but like having another character explain it just feels so. It feels like such an admittance of, listen, man, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what movies need? We need more of like, because have you ever watched Citizen Kane?
Yeah. Good old Orson.
Yeah, you know, like that part of the movie where they're just like a fucking like bird who screeches. Like there's a cut on a scene and they're just like they put like a fucking bird that goes like. Wah!
Yeah. That movie is definitely one of the ones where you can see like a lot of scenes that actually have like some sort of deeper meaning, even though like they don't at first, right?
Yeah.
It's like the visual illustration of like a thing over the course of time.
You know. No, but I feel like movies need to like bring that back. We need to like bring that back, just like weird noises to like wake up the audience. Because that is the reason that bird is there. Like the director admitted it. The director said so. The reason that bird is there is because they wanted to like wake up people. I feel more movies need that. Just like a random jump scare. Although I don't watch that many movies, so maybe it is back and I just don't know.
Yeah, but I am remembering like stuff like from quite a bit of just like the oh hey, like here's the breakfast scenes in like Citizen Kane, right? And those illustrate a story as well.
Yeah.
From the visual aspect, right? It's just like, yeah, your scene has to have a purpose, is what I'm saying. And some scenes that like play out feels like the purpose of let's keep that feeling going. It's like, does it really, like you have to seriously sit down and go like, does it have to though? Yeah, can it successfully do that, or is it going to just like dissipate the feeling and then make the person impatient and wait for the next thing to happen?
It's like you gotta ask like what is changing here? Like is the story changing? Is the character changing? What is different when the scene ends? When it began.
And I'm not, yeah, I definitely want it to be clear. I'm not asking for extreme fast pace. You can have scenes that are like very slow paced and they'll work in stuff like horror or to like for characters like emotional state or something like that. But as an audience member, I have to be invested in that and I have to not be taken out from the movie to go, oh, they're just doing this to fill out some time or something, or like, why is this running so long?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a very difficult thing to do, but it's just like, I think one of the easiest ways to indicate is like when a joke runs on for too long. and you just groan in your seat when you're like, oh my god, it stopped being funny like 4 minutes ago, bro. Why is this joke taking like 8 minutes for spiel?
Why are
is this
jokes like
one
that, by the
actor?
way?
Yeah, it was like, why is one actor doing like his stand-up routine
Yeah, but like
in this movie?
sometimes like what is the psychology? Because like if you're watching a movie and there's an action scene that is supposed to be cool and it isn't as cool as they thought it was going to be, it's kind of lame, right? Same
what that it is?
It's kind of lame.
No. Like repeat the entire statement.
If you're watching a movie and there's like an action scene that is not as cool as it was supposed to like be, right?
As cool as it was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's lame, right? Same thing for like a scary scene that is not as scary as it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Why is comedy that doesn't land so much like worse? Like it feels worse. Like if the action doesn't land, is like kind of lame, but if the comedy doesn't land, is like painful.
That's a good point. I don't think about that as much, but you're right. I think because it feels like it's so much more transparent of what emotion it's trying to elicit.
Yeah, it feels like a
Because with
sign,
the
right?
others-
like it feels like it's holding out a sign, like please laugh.
Yeah, because like the others,
I think
like
I have one,
horror that
actually.
doesn't land, like I think that's why people kind of like groan at like jump scares too, though.
Yeah.
Right, because it's so transparent in what it's trying to achieve. Whereas like with horror in the medium, horror like any medium, if you get used to like that sort of environment, it's harder to get scared, right? Please. And then action choreography is really tough to do in a creative thing, but yeah. Timing is also part of it, yeah. Because like I think it's just because like the elation, like the elated feeling and the expectation of something funny, and then it just like falling flat is so much more of a personal betrayal to like lame action. Like I don't know. Yeah, that is a good point.
The thing is, if it's one that like because like comedy is like built around like a release, right? Like you build something up and then you release it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it maybe relates to like the fact that like there is this like dissatisfaction from like the release not happening.
Well, yeah, and comedy is so interesting to just dissect on its own, because like part of it is timing, part of it is build up, part of it is like adding like the unexpected, or like kind of getting the person to solve this puzzle alongside with you, and the humor that comes from that. Some of it's shock value, some of it, so there's so many different ways to approach it, but yeah, it's just a universal feeling. Like if it falls flat or if it fails, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like
it's so much more personal than like lame like horror. But you know why? I think it's because lame horror can fall back and turn into comedy.
Yeah, and be funny.
So yeah, because you're just like, this is so stupid. But then like, and lame action is kind of just like neutral feeling because you were already kind of like just like on flat.
Yeah.
Right? And you're at least like, the action means something is moving forward, I guess. But like comedy has, I think it's also the fact that comedy stops the pacing in terms of movies to focus on the comedy. So if you stopped the pacing and then failed and felt like you like failed at it, not only do I feel like this like failure of it, I feel like you wasted my time. That's the thing, I think, when comedy falls flat. It's so much more evident that it's wasting your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is like a good idea because like a good thing to like because like okay, so like if horror fails, you fall back into comedy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
If action fails hard enough, it falls back into comedy.
It could fall into comedy, yeah. Or
What
it
does
says like, even if it fails like flat, like it just falls flat.
Yeah, what does comedy fall back into?
Yeah, that's true. Cringe.
Yeah.
It falls into cringe, and that's not what you want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cringe
is what it is. It's cringe, bro.
The answer, I guess, like that is the thing, is like the answer is always cringe.
Yeah.
Whatever questions you have, the answer is probably just cringe.
All right, my week. Got more scripting done. We're 2/3 done, so hooray. Haven't played any games recently. I didn't continue on Lies of P just yet. I'm kind of in that burnout mode. was not too interested in playing games.
You have one in your
Started up
twin.
Transformers. Oh. Started up Transformers Prime, the animated series, just as like background noise. Editing a different video that's much more low effort so I can clear up more storage. Yeah, that was just about it. Oh wait, like other big news. So my friend whose wedding I went to
Oh yeah, you told me this.
sent us pictures of the sonogram, yeah. And he's he sent us pictures of the sonogram, and everyone in the group went, wait, like literally the same message over and over again from different people. Not even a bit. We're just like, hold on a second, dude, when's the due date? And we just kept on spamming. He's like, why are you guys so excited for the due date? He's like, we got money riding on this. And he's like, you bet on when I was gonna have a baby? He's like, yeah, at your wedding. Well, your wedding reception in the table, because there was nothing really for us to do. So like, what is it? And he's like, he didn't say gender. He's like, our baby is being born in the summer. He's like, damn it. None of us called summer. Most of us called spring or fall. And he's just like, yo, fuck all y'all. And we were like, oh, right, congrats. Just like, it's like, don't get mad at me because you couldn't win money on like on my baby being born. I'm like, I literally messaged back like, yo, I'm nicknaming your kid Casino. It's just like, what? No, you can't do that.
It's a lucky baby.
Yeah, it's a lucky baby. Anytime me and the others visit, Unky Nick, why do you call me Casino? It's like, because kiddo, your parents hit the jackpot when they had you. I look at them and smile as they know the real reason.
The real reason is that I lost a lot of money because of you little piece of shit.
Yeah, you motherfucker. I could have won hundreds.
You have any idea how much I could done with like $100 in this economy?
God damn it. But yeah, I'm glad you exist or whatever.
Yeah, congratulations.
So
happy for you.
Congratulations, kid.
So happy
I'm
for
so
you.
happy for you. But yeah, it's cool. I'm happy for him. His parents were happy. I remember messaging my other friends like, wow, they worked fast. Like the wedding was like earlier this summer. I'm like, yeah, well, they're traditional and they're of a certain culture that you would expect that from. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember like not so long before I like not too long before I was born. It was tradition around here for newlywed couples to like hang the stained bed sheets on the window after the first night together.
Of the oh, ew.
Like you get married and you're supposed to start like trying to have a baby immediately. So like the first night you have.
I don't want to be rude to a cultural sense, but it's just like it's the idea of like I'm just picturing the blacklight image is why it's messing with me.
So like the first night, after the first night, you're supposed to just like take the cum stained bed sheets and like hang them in the window for everyone to see. And that was tradition around here for like not a very long time before I was born.
Ugh, it's just so unsanitary.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Imagine being born in debt. Pretty sure that's the way the economy is heading. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, his parents are both employed. I'm saying his, just as default. The baby's parents are both employed, so. And no, wait, do they?
It's a baby. You can use it.
They haven't. They haven't bought a house yet, so yeah.
It's a baby.
But
you
I'm
can
sure
use
they
it.
will at some point. All that baby has to worry about is eating and pooping for the foreseeable future until they gain sentience, and then they're just like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, welcome.
Welcome to existence. It is pain. It is suffering. We are all miserable. Congratulations.
But if it makes you feel better, you're gonna outlive us, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Unless
me and the group are gonna babysit that kid, and like my friend is just gonna call us like 20 times whenever that happens, and like, is the house on fire? It's like, no. Question mark.
actually, depending on the climate catastrophe, nobody is going to like outlive anyone because everyone is going to die in like 20 years.
I like to lie to myself. Listen, or not. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something out. Who cares? Maybe we'll extinguish the sun. Maybe we'll make a giant fire hydrant that extinguishes the sun. and that'll
Yeah.
be it. But like, yeah.
But
was
you're
there
like a big
anything
fucking mirror.
else this week?
It's like a big fucking mirror, you know?
I really hope like there's a thing where it's like instead of SpaceX or whatever, like there's one guy, like there's a meeting on how to save the Earth from like the eventual like explosion of the sun, and it's just Patrick from SpongeBob. What if we took Earth and moved it somewhere else? It's just, yeah.
What
I
if
just
we
want
took
that.
the planet and move it somewhere else?
Somewhere else. You're like, yeah.
I have
you know
never
what?
played a Patrick voice before. How was that?
It was pretty good.
Great. I'm good at sounding like an
SpongeBob.
idiot. Great.
SpongeBob.
I'm so glad I'm good at sounding like an idiot.
The inner workings of my mind are an enigma.
The inner workings of my mind are unique. I don't know. I don't know. Because the thing is, like, I watched...
SpongeBob!
Like, growing up, I
Pinky
watched...
out!
Growing up, I watched
I can't
SpongeBob in Spanish.
Mm.
So, like, that voice is not, like, as ingrained in my head.
Fair, fair, fair.
So, you know?
Patrick is a pretty funny character. Just with some of the stupid bullshit. Like most of the quotes I remember are from like, as much as like Squidward is a vibe, like most of the quotes I'll remember are from Patrick. It's like W for Wumbo, Wumbology, the study of Wumbo. It's just, my name's not Rick. Like, Patrick gets some of the best lines in that entire series.
Like, the one I remember is, like, we have technology. And then you just start, like, beating up...
We have the technology, and he smashes the printer on the...
Yeah.
Early seasons of SpongeBob, I know it's just like such an old head thing. It was like the old seasons were better, but like I never see people like clip like the new clips of SpongeBob and like put them out like in the spades that the old stuff was in. The only like clip from new SpongeBob that I've been aware of are like the graphic violence ones or like Plankton roasting a family, and that was it. That like. But with old SpongeBob, there's so many like jokes that kind of like age so well. They're so funny.
No, the only thing I know, I know about like SpongeBob is like, there was this like ad, like Modern SpongeBob. There was like this ad recently where it's like this singer that is popular recently called like Ice Spice or something like that, doing like the most mind-numbingly like annoying song I've ever heard. And it's something like SpongeBob.
Oh, that was in
Big
SpongeBob?
Pants or something like that.
Yeah.
Big Pants SpongeBob,
Okay, that's
something like
lame.
that. I don't remember the song. It's like the most annoying. And I'm going to make use of it actually. I'm going to play it for everyone.
Well, I won't be listening into the chat, so. Wait, won't you get a copyright strike?
Might be.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Who the fuck is Ice
I was gonna
Spice?
say,
I don't even know who the fuck is Ice Spice.
isn't she? Yeah, she's a. Hold on. Is she who I think she is? Yeah. She's a rapper, right?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, she is.
I'm so out of touch. I don't know who she is.
In December 2025, Ice Spice received backlash for wearing a revealing outfit at a screening for the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. I have yet to watch that movie. The animation actually looks really nice.
But it's probably just not funny enough.
It probably isn't. The trailer, I kind of don't want to judge movies on trailers anymore after like Transformers 1 because like that was really good.
Yeah.
But like the trailers did not do much service for that SpongeBob movie. That art style is really nice though. I think that's the same art style they're using for the prequel where they're like, it's like the Muppet Babies version of SpongeBob. It's like, hey, what if they were all babies at like a summer camp or whatever? And it's like, okay, whatever.
There's some Muppet Babies.
Yeah. Muppet Babies, where your dreams come true, or some shit like that. It's like, have you ever wanted to see Kermit the Frog be a baby?
Not really.
No. Wouldn't he be a tadpole? Wouldn't he be just a disgusting giant tadpole?
Yeah. Just like a green spermatozoid. Because that is what tadpoles look like. They look like sperm.
I really wish I wasn't so like dismissive of the furry community because they like the ones I've talked to seem to be nice people, but it's just like my brain is just like, this lizard can't marry this horse.
Oh, that's the reason you don't like furries.
I don't know, not the marry part. It's like, it can't have babies with this horse. Why are they pretending like they could? One lays eggs.
That's the reason he's thinking about the logistics. It annoys you.
I'm a very logistics oriented person. You've known me for years. I didn't want to judge on the marriage part. If you're a horse that loves a lizard, you do you, but you can't be lying to me like oh, like, and I'll get that lizard pregnant. Like, that's not how it works, my brother.
I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to be annoyed by furries anymore. Like,
well, it's because like as a meme, like it's like, oh look, they're cringe and gross. It's like, but like, you know, it takes a while for you to meet somehow because you'll meet the occasional one. And to be fair, out of the anecdotal experience, the ones I've talked to are just nice. So it's just like, oh, okay, yeah. I don't really. No, I have nothing to really say. I'm like, if you want to dress up in like a, I mean, some have worn fursuits, some don't. And it's just like, all right, yeah, it's a vibe. Like, whatever.
you want. It's like, live your life. I don't care.
You live your life. I don't care. I know monster fuckers. I can't. What am I gonna? You like anthro foxes? Whatever. I know a girl who wants to fuck Cthulhu. So
Oh, I thought you were going to make a comment about the planes.
I don't know. Oh yeah, and the planes too. Mechanical clankers. Yeah.
No. I'm not a clanker fucker. I'm not going to fuck anything with AI in it.
I have a feeling like it would take you to watch like maybe just like one Transformers like animated, and you'd be like, yeah.
I've never actually been into Transformers, including like the
Some
sexy
of the plots
ones.
are pretty good.
Including like sexually.
Some of their plots are pretty good. Oh, okay.
Including like the ones that are like intentionally made to look like women.
Yeah, it does make you kind of go like, okay, robot, why do you have boobs though?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been attracted to them. Like, I was really into Transformers as like entertainment when I was a child.
And I really don't want the stupid like response like, why are you complaining? It's like, dude, it's because they are a robot. They're talking about like highly intelligent things. They don't reproduce or anything. It's like, what is the practical purpose for this?
Why do you need boobies?
Yeah, like, why did you on a separate planet add this? And it's like, it's clearly not for humans. You didn't know humans existed until you met us. So like, there's no.
I like the explanation they give in like the Elder Scrolls for why the lizards have boobies, the Argonians have boobies.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What is it?
The explanation is that like because they like there was like benefits for like interspecies mating, so they developed fake boobies to attract human males.
So that's the thing I want to ask in the Elder Scrolls universe. Are there NPCs that are actual hybrids?
I don't think so. Like, but there are like, but I think it's just like them being lazy about like making the models because like in the books and stuff like that.
But like it's okay. But so in this universe, it is 100% actually like you could actually do that. You could have like hybrid species.
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of lame on Bethesda for not just having characters that are that, because that just adds so much to the RPG thing.
Yeah. They only want they want like because like the thing is like Bretons, one of the like races, they're actually like a mix between elves and something else.
How can you be racist when you're mixed race? It's so funny.
I don't know. I don't know. Like,
how are you gonna talk about blood purity when you're?
Yeah, but like, the thing about Bretons is that like they're not really like the racist ones or like the funny ones or like the thing about Bretons is that they're kind of like the Hufflepuff of like the universe or like that universe.
So racist Hufflepuff. The whole racist thing is Slytherin's angle. That's funny.
No, like the thing is like in the universe everyone is racist.
Oh, okay.
But I mean like because like the orcs are like for example like you have like the high elves. They're the ones that are good at magic, right?
Yeah.
The Imperials are like the civilization builders. They are good merchants and like good like at talking and stuff like that, right? you have like the red guards who are like exceptional like sword fighters, right? They're like super good at like swords and like fighting and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the Bretons who are just like there.
Oh, so they're the kind of boring option.
Yeah, they're just kind of there.
How unfortunate.
They're kind of lame, and they always look like because like they're like they're like human. Despite the fact that they're hybrids, they're like one of the like human-looking races. And for some reason, they always give them baby faces.
Oh, they're twink faction.
No, it's not being twink. It's like, you know, those adults who have like very round, weird faces that look like baby faces.
Oh yeah, I know some. It's so. I've known some, and like whenever they get angry, I have to like, my brain has to comment and is like, you have to take them seriously. But like another part of me is like, look at him.
Yeah, the Britons are
He's
kind of
so
like that.
angry. How
Britons are
did we
kinda
even
like
get
that.
here?
And for some reason, they always
forget
look like
how-
that.
All right, we got here from furries. How did we get here from? How did we get to furries?
I don't know. I think we were talking about like, how did we get to furries?
Yeah. This is just neurodivergence, the podcast. I'm sick of it.
Of what? Of being? Are you?
I'm
This is
I'm sick
ableist
of
of
it,
unique. You are being ableist to me right now. I'm gonna cry.
Don't worry, I'm part of this. I can't act high and mighty. I'm pretty hypertangential in my thinking as well.
He's like I don't
Those
know
are-
what I have,
those
but
are
it's
the
not
points.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. In 10 days, I'm going to get diagnosed with whatever the fuck is wrong with me for reals.
Let's go. I hope you get like the, because you were hoping to get like Adderall or something for focus as well, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like yeah, in 10 days I have like finally I have an appointment with like the neuropsychiatrist that I've been waiting for ages.
Let's go.
And they told me
happy
like
for you.
the test is like going to take like whatever the fuck they're going to do to me is going to take like 3 hours.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I had to go to the doctor. I'm fine. All my levels are fine. I have to go to a sleep study,
Oh.
which means I actually have to stay overnight.
Yeah.
In a
With a bunch of shit
Yeah,
connected
which-
to you.
Yeah, pretty much. And like my pets are gonna be anxious while I'm gone because they're not used to me sleeping away. When I came back from like the wedding from the hotel for a few nights, they were like going wild. They were like, "He's not dead," and I was like, "Oh."
No, yeah,
But,
that always made me so like
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't think I can travel. It's because like I'd have to leave my pets behind for a while, and they'd be so sad.
yeah. No, like I remember like last year, like at the end of last year, my mom had to travel for like a month. So she was like away for like a
Mhm.
month. And at a
Mhm.
certain point, my dog started to like every day just like checking her room to see if she was already here.
Oh, baby.
And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
She
yeah,
would just
yeah.
like walk in, look around, smell, and he's like, no, she's not here again.
My mom does not help. My mom, when I'm out, if I'm out hanging out, what she does is, if I've been out for like hours, she sends me a picture of my dogs and my cat looking at the living room window, waiting for me. Like, why would you do this? I can't enjoy my night. I
No, but that
can't
is
enjoy
like-
my night at all.
That is like a foolproof way to enforce a curfew.
That really is. Like, she doesn't have to yell. She doesn't do anything. She just shows that. I'm like, oh, you hit me with the guilt trip. That shit. I remember. Yeah. Also, the other thing is like I usually don't stay out late because if I do have to go back home, my pets like freak out when I come back, so they'd wake up the whole house if I came back at like 2 a.m. So like I don't want to do that to anyone. But,
I
yeah.
cannot stay out too late because I don't have a driver's license, and the metro only runs until like midnight.
Oh yeah, the other update is I passed my written driver's exam, and I have my test for my actual driver's license, like allowing me to operate a vehicle, will be in August.
Oh.
So I'll be able, and because I have some work, if I pass it, I do have some money saved aside. I'll start buying a car in October,
Wow.
and then I'll be fully adult boy. I'll have a car. I'll be able to take my doggos to the park. I'll be able to run errands by myself. It'll be very nice.
That is the reason I'm not considering getting a car.
Mm.
I don't want to become an
because of
errand
the
boy.
errands. True.
I'm not going
I
to
think
drive-
I'm fine with.
I'm not going to drive you
Yeah.
anywhere. I'm not going to pick up your packages. No.
I'm fine with it to a degree, because like a part of me is just like, oh, like between like ordering something off of like Amazon or something, which is I'm gonna have to wait a day. It's like I could go to the store, like a Best Buy or something, and check if it's there. But the thing that used to just deter me is like, oh, I'd have to take the bus or I'd have to walk, and that'd be like 20 to 30 minutes. But like with a car, the trip feels like far shorter, so I might as well. So like, yeah. Plus, you get far more tired if it's a long walk and stuff like that. I remember I had to buy my audio equipment from the one place in Ontario that was way far out because they only did specialized audio gear, and it took me like 3 hours just to get my mic.
Wow.
And like I got it, and then I had to take 3 hours back on the trip, and it was like cold in the winter, but I was like, I got it, because like if I asked it, like if I tried, it wasn't on Amazon, it was like way too, it was sold out. I was on eBay, but the price was way too inflated, so I was like, I guess I'm gonna commute like this amount of time for this thing, and then here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm fortunate that like a lot of stores and stuff like that are like relatively close to where I live in.
That's good.
I don't really need to like move so much, but I like, yeah, like if I ever get a car, I'm getting a small car with no space for like anything and like only one seat.
I do wonder why like more places don't have that thing where like someone buys a house and then just kind of turns it into a store.
Yeah.
Because I've gone to like a couple neighborhoods where in the middle of the neighborhood someone has turned a house just essentially into like a supermarket or a convenience store, and I'm like, this is so awesome. Or a hobby shop.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of those around here.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh yeah, bet this is awesome. Do you know how lucky you'd feel if like you were in like a neighborhood that's like a couple like streets away, like maybe a 5-minute walk from like a convenience store or just a hobby shop? It'd be like, yo, I can spend my time here.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a convenience store like half a block away from me.
That being said, I don't know if like people actually live there, or like maybe they live in the house next to it and then they just open up. But like, yeah, whatever. It's like awesome.
They usually like make some renovations to like add an extra wall, so they have like a living space behind.
True. It's just depending on like I could see like if it's like a 2-floor situation, they'd live on the upper floor or something. But yeah, because some people do that with like buildings where, oh yeah, something I watch in my in the background is people renovating spaces.
Yeah.
Because it's very good background noise, and then you can like glimpse every once in a while and see the progress. There's one guy who like bought like this abandoned like store building thing, and the first floor he renovated and made it like his workshop for like I think commissioning like furniture and stuff, and then he made the second floor like his living space, and like it went from like literally rundown building to this amazing house space, and I'm like, god damn, this is super satisfying to watch.
Yeah. I've been getting like,
I wish I could do something.
I've also been getting into like something like building adjacent, but like more nerdy. I don't know. Like I've been watching a lot of like on the background, a lot of like Sims speed building. The people building houses on the Sims. I don't know why.
This is like the equivalent of the family reunion, where it's like, yeah, I just built my summer cabin. It's like I did the same in Minecraft. You're like, oh, okay, little Jimmy.
Are you telling me how much I like the child in this reunion?
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. No, I'm glad. You know what? It's funny. Not only you, I know like 3 other people who hop back on The Sims. Did something happen? Was there like some sort of like big expansion sale or something?
No, I think it's just like a time.
There's a Sim season for people.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's just like the yearly Sims
Craving.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like it was happening like concurrently in 3 different groups with like a few people, and I was just like, is there something going on? Was there like a whole like a huge expansion sale or whatever, or like, because I didn't bother asking which one they were talking about. Could be that they're playing different games.
Yeah, I'm playing.
My
three.
brain was, yeah, because my brain would assume like either they're playing the latest version or 3 or whatever, but like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was just like. No, actually no. I don't know. I don't think anything happened. Because like the only big news like anywhere related to the Sims is like the whole thing about like EA being like purchased by Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I mean there was also that thing with like The Sims where it's like it had that competitor that was like trying to be it or like was pretty much it, and then it died in the water.
Oh yeah, no, but didn't they announce the release date for another one?
I have no idea what the name is though.
Oh well.
You see that news that Larian said that it's not going to use generative AI and it's
Yeah, but I don't
it's
like
creative
I don't like
processing.
that response because they're leaving the door open.
They're leaving the door open, and the funny thing is they're still doing the AMA. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, you cannot be adamant on this. It's not going to end how you think.
Yeah.
It's not going to end with everyone going, you know what, guys? You're cool.
Yeah. That is like AMAs almost never go the way you want it to go. Unless it's just like I mean, like if it is like a casual AMA, like hey, I'm like a random celebrity and I want to like look like I want to look like more approachable or whatever, then it's usually fine, right? But if it's because of like a controversy or an issue, they never go well.
Yeah, no, because like the person hosting that AMA thinks that everyone is going to be like a little heated, but they'll still be like tempered, right?
Yeah.
That's usually not how it goes. I think my favorite to this day is still like Blizzard's reaction, because Blizzard was like infamous on being like so bad when it came to like WoW feedback or like Diablo feedback, where it's just like people asked about legacy servers and they got upset and like, trust me, you don't want it, and stuff like, what, you guys don't have phones? That wasn't more of an AMA, that was just an announcement thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
and that game is still really bad.
how? Yeah, it's like a way to be tone deaf, even hosting it. Mostly because like even in the AMA thing for a controversy thing, it's like you're hosting it because you don't want to back down. You're trying to convert other people's opinions without having like any sort of like dissonance to changing your outlook.
And it never works.
Yeah, the AMA is essentially the reason why it never goes down well is it isn't in an honest attempt to have questions asked and then answer in a way where it's like where maybe you can learn from it too. It's just like, I'm answering it, it's going to be a matter of fact and you have to accept it regardless of how shitty it is. Yeah. And I want you to like respect me for it. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. If like I asked you a question and then you legit had the humanity to go like, I didn't think about it in that actual perspective, that might actually alter things, I could have some respect for that. But that's not how they usually work.
Yeah. You remember the like AMA AI EA did back when like the loot boxes on the loot boxes for like Battlefront 2 were happening. That was so catastrophically
the Star Wars
bad.
one?
Yeah.
Was that the Reddit one where they were talking about like the Darth Vader, like you earn your rewards or something? Yeah, no.
But it went
it
went so catastrophically bad that Disney decided to like remove the exclusive license they had.
Yeah,
and that
which I think is like the best way.
And that is the reason Ubisoft makes EA game, Star Wars games. It's because like EA had an exclusive license for years.
Yeah, and now the license is just open to a bunch of people because like Ubisoft has it, and I think Quantic Dream is also making a Star Wars game.
Yeah, and I think Aspir is making like a racing game. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's so funny. You fumbled the bag so hard because you were greedy. I mean, to be fair, this was the same company that had like the guy who was just like, oh, I want people to like pay microtransactions for bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did. But it's just like, how can you honestly be so tone deaf? It's just the problem with the industry in that upper echelon where it's like the idea is like, well, I don't understand why you don't want to give me more money. You like me, right? It's like, I don't
it's
like
this. Is this like the president of Microsoft is like blogging nowadays? And a lot of his blogs are like, I don't understand why people don't like AI. I don't get it. Why don't you like AI? I don't understand.
Oh, you mean Satella? When Satella put out that stupid like post where he was just like, "Oh, stop calling it AI slop." Anytime those posts come up, it's like I feel like they should just talk to a marketing person or whatever because they'd shut them down instantly. It's like, what is your plan? Do you honestly think you, a single person who is not within the demographic that is complaining, will instantly win them over with business speak? He didn't even really. All he did was just rebrand a bunch of words. It was the most CEO talk I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's like it's not AI slop. It's just like it's utilizing these things to induce like the soul and just like they're cumulative. And it's just like not the way you guys use them.
Yeah.
I don't see layoffs as being a thing of we're really integrating it with our workforce to make them work side by side by people. It's like yeah, side by side. One's in the employment line, and on the other side of the building. The AI is on the desktop. Wonderful.
It's gonna be really funny when this shit crashes.
It is. I mean, to be fair, there's constantly like articles coming out where it's like, we're kind of worried that like some of us are actually starting to worry because the returns aren't coming in there. It's like a shareholder starting to get a little nervous, and they're like, starting to get a little nervous. Okay. We got some years on this. All right, starting. Interesting starting.
Yeah.
It's the funniest part because like whenever C-suite fails and shareholders fail, they have this thing where they come back a year later and it's like, we really learned from this experience and like, you know, and they start telling you the most obvious stuff and it's like, yeah, it's not like a bunch of people were screaming that at you for years.
I really feel
and
like
they
hearing...
played off like
I
they
feel
played
like
off like, yeah, I'm wise for learning this on my own. It's like you didn't, you dumb motherfucker.
I feel like it would be like better if like I think like everything will be better and like companies will make more money if like every time there's like an important decision they have like to make like a meeting on the board or whatever, right? They just like get one of the interns to go to like the closest like train station or whatever, right? Grab 3 random people and bring them into like the meeting and give them voting power for the day.
Tough though, because there's the randomized element, but there's a problem that like I could totally see the C-suite just like lying to them with business speak to tilt the scales in their favor, right? I think I don't know what the solution is because like if there wasn't a good one, because like part of me does see this stuff and I'm like, I could totally see someone from marketing ripping out their hair. Like I could totally see someone going, I'm trying to advertise this company and right now AI is like a poison when people are associated with it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like, you know how like CES was this weekend?
Hey, Silent.
Hey, Silent.
Yeah.
You know how CES was this weekend? Dell, like one of the people from Dell got on stage and was like, hey, so like people aren't buying the AI PCs, so we're just going to make normal PCs now. And everyone started clapping.
Yeah, good. It's because like it's such a
and it's like it's that easy. It's that easy.
Yeah. It's such a poison. Well, we talked about this and it's just like, is there gonna be a point? Because like there's the timeline where it's like this thing has gotten so prevalent in the market that advertising you don't have AI is like a bonus. You going out there and saying you are not implementing something seems more seems better to the consumer. Like less is better for the consumer. And you would think that would click with C-suite. Because in theory, they want the safest investment, which is less effort for more money, right? But the stupid little promise in their brain where it's like, I could get even more money by not paying people. It's too good to pass up. And it just keeps on filling. And you're just like, okay. I mean, to be fair, we have our opinions. We've echoed them so many fucking times. But like, yeah. It's just funny. It's just constantly funny that this has to happen every single week where a CEO has to keep on trying to convince the larger market. And you're just like, why are you doing this? You think that like after the 50th time, like the guy before you got like tomatoes thrown at him, you were like, maybe I have the right words that will make them go, it's not slop. And then you go up and you get tomato too.
Yeah. It's like, no, guys, you don't understand. I'm different. Yeah. My parents always told me that I was like different and special. So my opinion definitely matters more.
Long-term, like short-term memory and long-term memory really should make you realize that this is not a winning battle here. And if there are complaints, you should just address it. But whatever. It's
It really
so
does feel
funny.
like a bunch of the people just need to like I really don't know how to like. I really feel we need to find a way to like make companies like answer to like just like random people on the street.
Mm.
Like give some kind of power to just like random people on the street.
Well, no, because like I don't think it works that way because I'm so like tired of it. But I think because the CEO, there are a bunch of people like CEOs and stuff where you look at their job and it's like, it's my job is to instill the workflow vibe. And there are people who are like, I'm hired because of my mentality for success. Where it's just like they'll look at someone who disagrees on a lower position and goes like, well, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they want, and that's where the problem lies. But they don't get it.
Yeah.
They'll never get it. They'll never get that the person wants what they want. They'll go like, no, you should want what I think you should have.
Yeah.
And it's just like that dissonance just cuts off. Like there's no way that any feedback they'd get until failure hits and somehow like they don't get the repercussion of their actions. They just move to another fucking company, either retire or some shit on their money. And it's just like, well, you know, that was one loss in the road, but whatever. It's like, no, it's like some of those like C-suite like positions are just so nothing in the grand standing of just like, I was hired because like I moved this company to success with my ideas. I'm an idea man. I'm like, this is how I approach work. And it's like, are you in a direct managerial position where you like supervise? Or are you just kind of like a concept dude? And how much should this hinge on that?
Yeah.
If your concept isn't you learning from people or learning from your market, but rather you going like, hey, no, this is what I think would be best for the market, and everyone's going to love it. And if they don't like it, they're just wrong. They just don't know. They just don't know yet. They just don't know. And that's not to always say the consumer always knows what they're doing or like what's the best thing as time goes on in terms of optimizing. Like for instance, like for a long time, like, you know, touchscreen phones came in and then everyone thought it was a stupid idea. Now they dominate the market because they're just kind of the most easy to manufacture and deal with, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like there are a lot of practices where it's just like if the consumer has repeatedly shown it's just a bad idea, like is now really the time for you to be investing
Yeah.
and trying to change it? It's tough.
I feel like one of the things, I think like it would be like really useful to have like, maybe I'm just like speaking out of my hatred of like the ultra rich, because I really truly do despise like the ultra rich. And I'm not talking about like whatever. I'm not talking about like your like run of the mill like successful YouTuber that makes a couple of millions, right? I'm talking about like the ultra rich, right?
Yeah, I know.
I really do hate them, so maybe I'm just talking out of that. But I feel like it would be like very useful if there was like an actual like enforcer like wealth cap. Like you are not legally allowed to have more money than this. Everything you make over this is going to like the government directly.
Well, it's just like the problem is like when they're running businesses for the consumer that's not within their wage bracket, there's like a complete dissonance because like after you get in that environment for so long, you're out of touch with that market. It's just the sad reality of it. Like there's that funny clip of like Larry King, who used to be considered like, you know, like the voice of like, you know, the common guy or whatever, and then he's talking about, it's like he's talking to that actor from like Community or whatever.
Larry, I'm on DuckTales.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like what is your luxury like? And he's like, nice socks, and he's like, no, like luxury planes, or like, Larry, I'm on DuckTales. You're like, yeah, that's just what happens when you're just in that bracket for too long. You that becomes your new normal, and then you're completely out of it.
Yeah.
And you can't like, and like, hey, if that happens, that happens. But you can't be talking to me like you know what's in my best interests and like you understand me. Like that's just the thing. So it's stupid. It's just stupid. I think there was that other video of just like that old video where like they get people like Bill Gates to like name the prices of like common grocery items and they overhike because like that money is nothing to them, so they just go like, oh, it's probably like 10 times its actual price, right? He's like, fuck no, what?
It's like, I don't know, I feel like money is such a problem. Like I often think about the fact that like so many problems will be fixed if we like if we had like a law in place that made it so like every government official has minimum wage.
I wouldn't say Minimum, I'd say livable.
No,
Minimum,
because
that's a funny thing.
No, because
Minimum should
like
be
if,
like
if,
what
if
you
they,
can live
if
with,
they,
but it isn't.
because if they earn minimum wage, then they have to make they have to pass laws to make the minimum wage livable.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. No, I'm for this.
And
I'm
they
for
have
this
to, and they have
mentality.
to, and they have to actually care about like the prices of like groceries and gas. Like,
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Make them extremely humble.
yeah, just like
Because then the only people who would go into those positions are like there's twofold: people who would want to elevate the position, or people who actually cared about the cause and not the money because it's minimum wage.
yeah, we would have to solve that issue. We will stop getting reality TV stars in fucking politics.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, they'd be trying real hard to like keep the inflation down if they were making like.
was there any other notable game news this week?
Not really, not that I thought know of.
I'm honestly trying to think. Oh, Anthem's dying in 2 days.
Oh, I was confused because I was like, I have a chatter that is called Anthem, so I was like, what?
No, Anthem the game is dying in 2 years. Oh, 2 days. Hold on, wait, okay. So Dura's the only one in our server who's played the Anthem. I need Dura, I need you to go to the Anthem server tomorrow and tell me if the Christmas tree is still up.
Oh yeah. The Crimbus tree.
Okay. He's gonna do God's work. If it dies with that Christmas tree, I'm gonna call it Yggdrasil at that point. That shit is...
Can you play the Spider-Man Funhouse theme on YouTube, please? Why? That's a fun request. Why do you want me to play the Spider-Man Funhouse theme on YouTube? I'm thinking like, do you think they just didn't notice? They forgot they had the servers on?
That'd be funny.
Like, the only reason it is dying
That'd
now is
be
because
funny.
they just remember it exists. Like, alright, the servers. It's like when you have a subscription that you don't remember, and like one day you're just looking at them and it's like, why am I getting
What-
charged
why
12?
Why do we have a large like sunken cost like in this? Is like yeah, it says we're running service Anthem. Oh shit, we've been running Anthem.
We didn't kill it 2 years ago.
What? Look around, just like I thought we killed it years ago. You were in charge of it. No, that Dave was in charge of it. Dave died 2 years ago. Oh.
Wait, I think
Oh,
I
no.
know what you're talking about. I think I know the song you're talking about actually. Is it from like the SNES game? And it has like a bunch of like samples of like people making honking noises. I think I know which song you're talking about. I think I'm aware of that one.
Yeah, I rolled it up. The Genesis one. Yeah, this is this sure is something. I have a rap over that.
Oh yeah, this is the song. Yeah, I was aware of this song. And it's just like the most random samples, like Deep Rush to Hell and back. Oh yeah, I am aware of this song. Like, unironically, I kinda love it. Because I think it fits with like the vibe of the level. You know?
Oh, you hear that thing about like Witcher 3 maybe getting DLC again?
Oh no, please stop. Let the
Yeah.
game die.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I saw that and I was like, what?
Thank you for the follow, by the way. Thank you. I really
It's been
appreciate it.
years. Thank you for the follow.
It's like, I don't know why it's like so hard for some companies to just like let games die. Actually, I know
Well,
the
DLC
problem.
is like
I know the reason. The reason is because
What?
like games take too long nowadays, so they have to like find a way to like make more money out of the audience.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because like technically speaking, in terms of investment, you already have like assets mostly made. You have a player base that would probably buy into it. It's pretty safe, right?
Yeah.
You could get it, and then like it might be an incentive for people to buy the game again. So
Yeah.
that being said,
I just feel
doing it
scammed.
this late in the game is like annoying. Yeah, doing it this late in the game's life is just extremely annoying to me. I've talked about this before. It's like where there are some games that are like getting updates for 11 years, and I'm just like, I just want you to be done with it so I can play the final version.
You know, I feel scammed because when I bought the game, it was the complete edition.
Oh, but now it's like, well, yeah. You
So
see,
I
they
feel
crossed
scammed.
out the in. They crossed out the in front of it.
Yeah. Now I feel like I got scammed. I don't know. It's just like they really need to like just like stop making the game so fucking big. Like it's not that hard. Just make the game smaller again. Stop like trying to like every game like because like I think the problem is like every company wants every game to always be the best looking game when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Every company is always like, okay, but we need to make this game like look better than the last one. We need to make it like be bigger than the last one. It's like no, you just need to like make a fun game. Like just make a fun game. You don't need to like go for scaling that way. It's like a waste. Like they're talking about like all of these like physics simulation in like and like minimal like geometric detail in like The Witcher 3, like in like The Witcher 4. I mean, and it's like okay, but like nobody's going to notice that. So and we have to talk about this over and over again because the industry doesn't fucking learn. So we will always be talking about this.
Browsing news. There is nothing. Wait, okay, so the remasters are okay, let's see. Oh, this is just like speculation. Okay, whatever.
It's so annoying. And that is why I
What?
hate like the way Bethesda keeps updating Skyrim is like please.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like for me, for the longest time it was Dead Cells. Cause my brain was just like, could you like just give me a roadmap?
Yeah. Did I see that people were faking the Steam machine price? I did not see that. Because
yeah.
the thing is like I am someone who gets like very annoyed about like leaks and rumors. So I generally speaking don't follow them.
So there was like this retailer that had some hard code or whatever, but like it's a speculation where the pricing of the Steam machine was like 1K-ish or something.
Yeah.
But there was no follow-up when I saw it like a couple days ago. But yeah. I didn't know it was like fake. I mean, like to be fair, it's just, like I'm waiting for Valve to just say something.
Yeah, I'm just waiting
like,
for
hey.
because
Like it's 2026 now, and they said what? They said Q2 2026.
Yeah.
So yeah, hold on. Q2 2026. I always hate using the terms quarters because like they're not necessarily how we say it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's from April to June 30th. Yeah.
They're not human words.
Yeah, because you would think like, oh, Q1 would be like January. No, wait, no. I think that January, February, March. Yeah, no. This actually works. Why do I think? Wait, okay, wait. Business quarter. Let me put business quarter. Because I don't know if they're talking about business quarter. Yeah, no. Okay, it's April, May, and June. So yeah, all right.
Why is the business year not like a regular year?
In your opinion, not worth 1K? Well, yeah, it's a.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's just an old. It's just an old PC. If it is like anywhere on the higher price spectrum, like the only thing I'm buying is probably the controller. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just essentially like an alternative for the hobbyist or like maybe someone who hasn't bought a PC yet and they're just like, oh, I was gonna game on it anyway, so I might as well just buy a PC. Because like Steam's hardware division isn't so large like its competitors. So like this thing is going to have like a limited like amount of stock, and then they'll produce new stock when that stock sells out. They're not like Sony and Microsoft who are gonna make like a shit ton.
Yeah.
So like that's why so many guesses are up in the air.
Yeah. I'm just like, and honestly, I'm not like hoping it for. I'm not expecting it to be like to sell like tens of millions of copies, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just expecting it to like sell it. Say like what I want from the Steam machine is for it to sell enough copies that developers have to start thinking about Linux.
That's fair. I think like
Because I really
can
want to
see
leave Windows.
Because like in a price analysis thing, I can see arguments for and against like lower prices and higher prices that are just equally valid. Like one of the biggest arguments for it not being on a lower price spectrum is if this thing sold at like a console's price, offices would buy the shit out of it and then like install Windows on it and not even contribute back to Steam's economy. So like it would just be a complete loss.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, and like the other is, hey, they're not selling it at a loss, which would make it around the 1K spectrum, especially since memory prices are up.
Yeah.
In which case, they would just get a low amount of sales. So, like, there are two ways to go about it. Like, it's very messy. The reason why I think they aren't announcing it is like, part of me is just thinking they're still figuring it out outright. I mean, I think that's the obvious answer.
I feel like I feel like what's going on is that they're trying to find a way to mitigate the memory issue. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I think it's like they're trying to figure it out, or like in the way that they have like maybe a more firm number. Yeah, figuring it out is an obvious statement, but well, no, the problem is like it's a PC.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like an Office PC, if it's sold at like 600,
hey, Gons,
at a very respectable like spec rate, and the fact that you can actually just install Windows on it, too good of an offer to pass up for an Office.
Yeah.
Very like way too good for it. They don't care that it's a gaming machine. If you're looking at a cost expense, you'd look at that and it's like, that's just free fucking money on the table for something on higher spec. That's an investment. It's tough. It's scary. That's the thing when it's like an actual PC. But what was I gonna say? I forget. Shit, I forgot, Candy. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Well, fuck.
Oh
well. Is
Oh,
we
well.
gonna be mini PCs? Well, yeah, but it depends. Like, if it's your optimizing price point. Like, if you're like, oh, this thing, like, we could spend 600 for a very respectable.
I think it depends on the
amount of, like,
environment.
hardware.
Because there's definitely some offices that don't need that.
Yeah, there are, but like at the same time, I can also look at this and go like, I could totally see the argument for like, oh yeah, like I'm not saying like one office would buy it up, but like looking at that and going like, oh yeah, that would be good because like the higher the spec, the less turnover for replacement.
Yeah.
That's just the thing. So like, it's a clear divide, but it doesn't matter for their intent. For an office, that's the thing. If they just look at it and it's like, oh yeah, that would technically be like a cheap like long-term investment, they're gonna do it. They don't care.
Yeah.
Because like the ease of access, it's like hardware that's much more easy to like, because like it's not like a PlayStation or an Xbox. It's like that thing's like all fucked up in its thing, and you couldn't install Windows like cleanly on it. This thing is just like, yeah, I know you could run it like a different distro. You could run Windows on this. That's just the inevitable. Like, that's the thing that like raises my eyebrow as like the possibility on the worst case scenario. And I've seen that argument be made. I'm like, that's not an impossibility. Because if you're thinking of like a greedy office dude who could totally look at that as a long-term investment, I'm not going to completely eliminate that possibility. It's a scary one, but it's a possibility nonetheless. So like, yeah.
Never underestimate what companies will do to save money.
Yeah.
That's like the main problem with society nowadays.
Yeah. It's just, oh right, it was the pricing thing. Is like, part of me thinks that like it's the obvious, like we're still trying to figure it out because we don't want to like make this thing die, right? Or like the other thing is they actually have an estimated range, and they're gonna try justifying it, and they're trying to figure out how to justify it the best.
Yeah.
Or like what they can maybe compromise. But like, yeah, this thing
no,
also
what I think
like
is happening is that like they have a range,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to make that range work with like the ranting going on.
Yeah, so I was also gonna say like Steam Deck is in a situation where the Steam Deck kind of like came out in this way where like all other Switch competitors sucked, and it came out as like this really good thing that you could run your Steam engine on, like your Steam games on. The Steam machine has decided to come out at a very bad time for PC manufacturing,
Yeah.
which is really, yeah, it's like really unfortunate. There's no way they could have seen this coming, but yeah, it's a really rough spot to be in.
And like the biggest problem is that like when they even after they like bubble burst, it's still going to take a while for like manufacturing to get back into like, because like they need to like then like retool the like business again, like bring back everything into like the consumer market. So it's going to take a while for like the prices to normalize. After the bubble goes away.
That being said, I don't want people to not be optimistic at like a reasonably priced like console thing. It's good if it was reasonably priced, it'd be good. There is a worry, and that worry just is there. But it's like if it could be competitive and like compete with others, it'd be great for the market to have another console that actually competes with Sony, because Xbox isn't doing it.
No.
So like the console market would be market would be like way better for it, because there wouldn't be one guy leading and then doing shitty practices. He'd have to like, and to be fair, out of all the things you have to compete with, competing with Steam means you really have to go pro consumer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Slopdrudge. So like when I was playing Oblivion earlier this week, someone called me a Slopdrudge, and I like it so much that I want to make it a thing.
Okay, fair.
I want to make it like hashtag Slopdrudge.
Slop really got play. So perfect.
Yeah.
As an additive. I want to say like the first time I heard Slop get into mainstream play was after the fucking Genshin versus Dark Souls post.
Yeah.
Because they called it Roll Slop.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
I mean, like if you like and like
Roll Slop stays in my head.
And I feel like that is like the perfect example of a bad faith argument, because like it is so easy to like turn any game into like a slop thing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. That person was completely filleting like Mihoyo.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Like it is like the perfect example of a bad faith argument, because like you can
Parry
like
slop's a good one.
any genre, any game, no matter how much you like it or you hate it, you can like turn it into a slop. You can
exactly, yeah. You can just call it anime slop. You could call it like fighting game slop. You could call it like anything slop, just for the derogatory.
Yeah, you can like if you want, you could call like something like the King of Fighters like pretzel slot, because pretzel slop, because of all the fucking inputs you have to make.
Yeah, true.
And there's some stuff that is definitely slop, you know.
There is.
There is some like Fortnite is like by design it is slop.
Yeah. Like cater to everyone, kind of like.
Yeah, it is by design like pink, like flavorless slop.
The core gameplay must at least be a little fun, right?
I don't know. I've never
because
played
like
Fortnite.
because people seem to really care about it. I mean, like obviously like the collabs play part of it, but like I mean like, to be fair, my only exposure is like watching my nephews play it on their fucking. Oh, you know what? You want to know something?
What?
You know, one of the few Xbox One owners I know is my fucking nephews, because my cousin was like, yeah, this thing was dirt cheap. I'm like, yeah, there's a reason.
And he plays Fortnite, so whatever.
No, it's just their dedicated Fortnite machine. They don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
They had the PS4 in one room, and then the Xbox One in the living room, and then the two brothers would just play Fortnite together. And that's it.
Like, did you hear that apparently like this holiday season was like the worst season Xbox has ever had in terms of sales?
Well, all around for the consoles, just in general, it's just like not many people are buying. But
Yeah,
Xbox
but, like-
really did like.
Yeah, but like
Xbox
in general,
got, like, the
it's
brunt
like
of
the
it.
worst year like they've ever had.
Yeah, because they're hard. Again, we repeat, but like, yeah, it's just how it is. Xbox, that ROG Ally doing you any favors?
Apparently that like in terms of like what they expected, that actually did better than the console.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That does bring up the question: is like, does that mean the ROG Ally was good, or does it mean the mainline Xbox is that bad?
It's the second one. You know it's the second one.
God. Yeah, because there ain't no way I knew too many people who bought a ROG Ally. The way that thing catered itself, like I know a bunch of people who already had a Steam machine, and the other thing is like that thing is dick expensive.
Yeah, and it isn't even that much powerful.
So like yeah.
Like that's the problem
Oh,
with it, is
right,
that it isn't even that much powerful. Because like the thing is like over the past and that is the reason that there is not a Steam machine too, is that over the past like 3 or 4 years, like there hasn't really been like any like performance improvements in the handheld space. So like the ROG Ally is not actually that much better than the Steam machine. We're just starting to see some chips that are like strong enough to actually like make a generational difference. But they're just starting to come out, so they're very expensive so far. And also
Oh, by the way, another announcement is GameStop is like closed down 400 stores.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Having a goth girl in one of your ads during the Game Awards that you guys personally had with Scott the Woz didn't save it, which is a shame.
Yeah, because like
you saw that Scott the Woz award show that he had in the GameStop. It was pretty funny.
No, I didn't.
Mostly because they just let Scott the Woz just raid a GameStop and let him go off, like go do his own thing for the Game Awards for GameStop. He's like, yeah, you know what, fine.
No, I didn't see it.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
I did see the goth girl though.
Yeah, I did too. Because I saw her, and my immediate cynical thought is like, you're just throwing her out there just for a certain audience, huh?
Unfortunately, I am that audience. Unfortunately, that is me.
Goddamn, when goth girls can't save you, you need to rethink your existence. Yeah, that's true. That shit's dire.
Yeah, maybe because like the thing is like, I mean like, but like the thing is like Funko Pop is going away. So like, what is GameStop going to sell?
Labubu. Labubu is. GameStop's going hard into TCG. That is true. I see more packs there usually. I don't buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards from like GameStop though. I know friends who buy Pokemon cards there. Because usually I already just have like a specialized hobby store that I go to.
Yeah. I don't know what. Like that stupid like. I don't know. I feel like it's going to like because Blockbuster. At least people miss Blockbuster. I feel like when GameStop goes away, nobody's going to miss it.
Blockbuster is such a better name than Netflix too.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I get my deck built. Yeah, I just buy my singles or whatever, and then I just fucking. But yeah, no. Blockbuster is like a way better name. Kind of like better memories associated with it because like you actually had to go in store, and I know people hate it, but it's like there's something kind of. There was a unique charm to it because like Netflix isn't going to throw in like really B-list movies. And it has to worry about licensing rights.
Yeah.
Whereas Blockbuster's just like, yeah, we just bought the fucking DVDs, just rent it.
Yeah, we just have like a bunch of like weird fucking like Italian movies. Do you want weird fucking Italian movies? We have them.
Yeah. You're finally gonna play MTG. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny going from Yu-Gi-Oh and talking to an MTG player where you like I've seen the interactions in one video with Simo and Commander Goes Blue is anytime Simo explains Yu-Gi-Oh to a Magic player, the Magic player is like, "You get to do all this shit for free?" It's like, yeah. Like, what's your in-game resource? The card.
It's the heart of the cards.
The card's the resource. What are you talking about? This is like from what it sounds like is like they're looking at the outside, looking into the crack house. It's like red. It's like hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I grew up. I'm a crack baby. I was born in this crack house. Do you see how confused the MTG players get sometimes? It's hilarious, but yeah.
I don't know. As someone who has never played a like a TCG, I'm confused. Like anyway.
There's a VTuber HoloLive TCG coming out. Or I think it's out already. It debuted.
Oh yeah, they cut cut them like using AI for the ad, and they had to apologize.
Oh my god, come on, guys.
And it is like so iron, like specifically like VTuber companies should know how much that is not going to work.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny that fucked up that bad. But like, yeah, no, because people were switching. Well, not switching. People were going to it because like I think the only time that VTubers were kind of getting card games were like collabs and like in White Shorts, and then they decided to do a dedicated because so many companies are doing like dedicated TCGs. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just
It's
because
the
of
new
the point of
it's
just
the
like,
new trend. The new trend. That is the thing.
well, it's just like because card games kind of have like the failsafe of just like even if you don't play the game, you have a collectible.
Yeah. Yeah, but even
Because, like-
still, in like eventually it is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be 3. I don't know if it's going to be 5, but it's going to be 10 years. But eventually that's going to like go down. And a bunch of companies are going to lose a lot of money because it's just like a trend.
Well, if you aren't the established, yeah. But it's just like if you came up to me and told me hockey cards had a gameplay mechanic system, I would just like be blown out of my mind. I'd be like, really? I thought you just collect pictures of people and then hope they sign them.
Yeah, I never understood like the baseball cards and stuff like that. I never understood.
I think they're just they're just memorabilia essentially.
They're one
like
of those
souvenirs
things like
kinda.
they're one of those things that I was like growing up. I will see like people talking about them, and I would just like think, man, Americans are weird.
I'd think the same, but I'd also go like, I hope I get one so I can sell it.
I mean, yeah, if I ever got one, I will just like.
Well, you gotta hold on to it, hope it's like a special rarity or whatever, and then find the player and then make them sign it, and then boom, you have a gold mine in your hands.
Yeah. Ay.
Well,
My booty hurts.
speaking of which, we have to be done we're done our podcast because me and Candy have to return to the mines.
Yeah. Even though
Get back to work.
even though my ass hurts, we have to go back to the mines.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
We have to dig for gold.
I know how you say that. Like just like yes.
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 Yes. If you want to look for more gold, check out Candy at her channel. Watch her streams, see her past broadcasts, clips, and podcasts. If you want to settle for bronze, I'm here at Nocturne over my Twitch and YouTube in the title. Check her Blue Sky for her organized thoughts. Join Candy's Discord to see her disorganized thoughts or be part of the chaos. And the bot will leave all the links provided. And if you have such feedback for the podcast, like Candy, you go ahead.
Maybe you have a plan.
A plan.
Yeah, maybe you have a plan next time. What are we going to talk about? Something.
Oh yeah. Because this was Neurodivergence, the podcast, yet again.
Yeah.
to which we'll eagerly get your feedback and go like, hey, have you ever thought about the assembly make and models of like different trains?
Have you ever considered
Thanks for
that?
listening. Go ahead.
Have you ever considered that? Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-uh.
No, you.
No,
Thanks
you.
for listening. Stay safe, happy, and have a wonderful week. Love you, Candy. Bye.
Why? I need to yawn. Okay, so next week, going to be business as usual. I'm definitely not going to do the like trying to stream a whole week, week every day again, because my throat hates me, and it hurts, and I need to like be drinking water when I fucking hate water. I don't want to do that anymore. So next week is going to be like normal. Like I think like Monday, Friday, and Wednesday. Just like we usually do. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's what we're going to do. I will be letting you guys know on the Discord. As per usual. And yeah, that being said, there's not really more like big news or anything like that to like have today. We're just kind of like doing whatever. We're just kind of doing whatever next week. We're not going to start any new games next week. I can promise you that much. That at least I can promise. We're not going to start any new games next week. We're not going to do that. No, it's true. We're not going to start any new games this week. Trust me. Because I actually have to finish Oblivion soon. I actually have to finish Oblivion soon, so we'll have and we still have to like do the DLC for Oblivion. What do you mean? What do you get if you do? I'm not going to. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to. Yeah, but that is for next week. I'm going to start a new game the week after that, though. Because I already promised you guys that I'm going to play Path to Nowhere on the 20th. So we're going to play Path to Nowhere on the 20th, but that is the week after next week. No. Because next week we're not going to start any new games. What if we play Path to Nowhere and I just don't like it? Have you considered that? What if we play Path to Nowhere and I just don't fucking like it? That's a possibility. But yeah. I'm going to. You don't have to worry about that. I'm going to start Path to Nowhere on the 20th. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah. That's what we have for this week. So I'll see you guys again next week. Hopefully. And I'm not going to answer your questions about what happens if I don't. I'm going to distract you. Look. Thighs. Look. Thighs. Be distracted. Look. Tommy. Be distracted. Look. Oops. Be distracted. Don't think about it. Okay. Don't think too hard about it. Just look at the boobs and don't think about it. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hopefully I will have my voice back. Because like this entire podcast I've been struggling because my throat is fucking killing me. So hopefully I will have my voice back by next week. Bye. Bye everyone. Bye.